Hi, everybody, and welcome to Wampus Cat Football. Tonight, the Wampus Cats are on the road at Springdale to take on the struggling Bulldogs. We'll get into that game in just a few minutes. You're watching the Conway Regional Health System pregame show. I'm Jeff Matthews, joined by the voices of the Wampus Cats, Levi Gilbert and Tim Roach. And guys, it was a doozy. Levi, I heard you use that term last week, and it definitely was. It was a great one.
I I don't remember using that term,
Oh,
but
you did.
I totally believe you because it definitely was. What was interesting about it, thinking back, is, and this just speaks to the quality of this team, is that I never was worried at any point. And there were several times where the lead would change and we would be down, and I just never felt concerned because I knew that we were always in striking distance. And then once we got that 2-score lead, I just felt like it was a sealed deal, and it was just such a fun night, especially against a team like Bentonville, the number 3 team in the state. Beat them by 9. It should have been even worse than
Yeah.
that, and so that there's things that this team can work on going into this week. So it's exciting to get a win and still know, hey, we didn't even play as good as we could have.
Tim, let's talk about that improvement. Where would you see some areas that that the team could improve from week 1 to week 2?
Well, I thought, first of all, there were some question marks coming in. The offensive line was a question mark. The secondary was a question mark. I unlike Levi, I am always concerned going into every game about everything. And so I had some worries. Those were 2 worry spots just because there were a few unknowns. I thought the offensive line was fantastic. They protected. There was no sacks on Donnie. They opened up some holes, obviously, for Boogie and others to run through. Just a phenomenal job. Aaron Smith had a huge night, and I was so tickled about how he played. Defensively, we could make some improvements. They scored some points that they got out of 3rd and long way too many times, and so there are some things that I think we can lock down a little bit better. But I was very impressed with Q Wilson and how he shut down their main target, C.J. Brown, who had 2 catches for 6 yards. That's all he had, and he was with him the entire night. So some things to work on for sure, but boy, there are some really, really good performances.
Speaking of Aaron Smith, he will be in our senior spotlight coming up later on in the Conway Regional Health System pregame show. So 1-0, that's what you want. No major injuries. Everybody seems to be healthy, at least from what we could tell. So let's move into week 2, and it's Springdale, and the Bulldogs are down. What can you guys tell us about the team we're about to play?
Yeah, it's a really sad situation. Someone who remembers the 2005 Bulldogs, and I went and saw them play in the playoffs and the Big 3 and all that. It's strange to me to see them struggling like they are. I mean, they've won 1 game in the last calendar year, and they're 0-2 to start here. There's a lot of injuries that we're hearing about. They're into like their 2nd and 3rd string at some positions, and it's just a rough situation for them. So for us, I feel like it's always this way to some degree, but especially tonight, it's like, let's focus on the things that we need to work on and get better at, and let's not take any of this for granted. Even though they're 0-2, we still have to play up to our potential. So it's one of those nights where you can really focus on yourself and make sure you're doing everything you need to do and to get better and stay healthy, and hopefully we'll get to see a lot of our reserve players and get experience there that's going to benefit us down the road.
I think that there's always a chance. I always find something to worry about. So they do have some abilities in certain spots. They have some talent. They've got a couple of defensive linemen that could be a problem. They're fast. They fly to the ball. But to Levi's point, I think this game we will manage to the talent that they have and the schemes that they have. I don't think there's any doubt that Coach Kelly will push all the right buttons, and Coach Pankey and Coach Pimple will do the right things from a defense perspective. But I do think this is an opportunity for us to figure out those little small things that maybe we want to work on, that we're focused more on us, give ourselves a chance to win the ball game, get some people some rest as we get ready to head into a game against Ouachita Parish and into our conference. So we're just going to take care. If we take care of our business on paper, we should win this ball game.
I think there's an interesting incentive too, and I don't have any inside knowledge of this, but I wonder if Coach will make this point. If they take care of business the way they're supposed to for the next few months, this could be the last long road trip they have. And even though I'm sure they like getting out of school early and stopping in Ozark for a potty break and everything else, still, man, it'd be nice to be close to home the rest of the way.
Yeah, I mean that should be the goal, and it has been the last few years. And we finally broke into that last year, right? We finally broke into being in those one or two top seeds, and had a chance to be the one seed.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's definitely a long-term focus for this team. Is hey, we have a real shot to never travel outside of the 501 again, and hopefully just stay home for the entire way. Yeah, I think that's a great point.
All right, guys, thanks. Stick around. We'll visit with Aaron Smith in a few minutes. He is our senior spotlight tonight. And of course, Coach Fempel stops by for the coaches show. That leads us up to joining you both in the booth in Springdale. But coming up next, Morgan Henry is here. The Morgan Henry 7A Central Report. She does a great job. We're thankful to have Morgan back again this year. And that will be next on the Conway Regional Health System pregame show.
I'm Dr. Dawn Hughes. I'm a maternal fetal medicine specialist, and I started practice in 2015. I really fell in love with maternal fetal medicine kind of as a process as I went through my medical education. I knew early on that I wanted to specialize in women's health care, and then maternal fetal medicine was a great fit. I love obstetrics. I don't think there's anything more interesting than the pathophysiology of pregnancy. And then with maternal fetal medicine, you really have this unique common goal with your patients in that everybody wants the same outcome. We all want a healthy mom, we all want a healthy baby. So I have the pleasure of taking care of really highly motivated patients, and that makes my job so amazing. So we see all types of patients here in clinic. We really think about dividing them into two groups that come to see us. The first is moms who come to us that might have a medical condition that places their pregnancy at more high risk. So a mom who has diabetes, chronic hypertension, lupus, or a mom who is advanced maternal age or over the age of 35. And then we have patients that are referred to us because their baby might need a little special attention. And so babies that might be growth restricted, or patients that are at increased risk of having a genetic or a structural abnormality. I think that the times that we're really able to make the biggest difference is with our patients who come to us after having a poor pregnancy outcome. So those patients who have lost a baby for a number of reasons. And when they come to us, our goal is always to really kind of dig in, figure out what happened, why we had that poor outcome, and what we can do differently this time around to prevent that same thing from happening. And so it's always our best, situations where we're able to identify whether that patient might need a cerclage or medication changes or lifestyle changes that can lead to a better outcome. And it's always the best day around here when we're able to watch a healthy mom go home with a healthy baby. I love almost all of my interactions with women simply because I think that women are just the toughest breed around. It's such a joy to take care of them. But I think that my favorite piece of my interaction is really the education that I get to do with these patients. I think that pregnancy can be such an overwhelming time, especially in a situation where the pregnancy is more high risk than the mom anticipated. And so getting to have the time to sit down and spend with the patient to really delve into why this pregnancy is high risk and how we're going to keep her and her baby safe is the best part of my day. I think what we're able to offer here at Conway Regional is so unique, and I think that it really mirrors the city itself. What we're able to do here is offer the best care. We have all the expertise needed, but at the same time, what we don't lose here is still that small town feel. So you're able to come here, have all the bells and whistles of just the expert medical care, but at the same time, you get a very individualized care plan with a team that really gets to know you. I am so proud of my team that I was able to create here at Conway Regional. I work very closely with my nurse practitioners, Stacy Johnson, and then I have two of the most experienced perinatal sonographers in the state, Jill Sullivan and Kristen Thompson. Between all of us, we have so much fun, but we also have a very common goal, and that's that we dearly love our patients and want to provide them with the best experience. We're lucky that most of our patients get to come see us multiple times, so we are able to create a close bond with our patients, and they get to know us very well.
Conway advances past Bentonville for the second year in a row. I'm Morgan Henry, and this is the 7A Central Report. Starting off with last week's results, Fayetteville bounces back from last week's loss to beat North Little Rock. Bulldogs quarterback Drake Lindsay threw for all of his team's 4 touchdowns in the first quarter to set up the 28-10 victory. Lindsay and receiver Lack McKinney connected for back-to-back scores on consecutive drives. This duo goes back to 3rd grade. The next Fayetteville drive, Lindsay took a 3rd and 14 and threw deep for Kaylin Morris on a 60-yard score. Bulldogs defensive back Isaiah Taylor picked off North Little Rock quarterback Malachi Gauber in the next drive, setting up perfect field position. The Charging Wildcats had a late touchdown with 6 minutes and 10 seconds left on Torrance Moore's 10-yard touchdown run. North Little Rock is on a bye this week. Running back Boogie Carr danced past the Tigers, leading the Wampus Cats to a 44-35 victory on Friday night. Conway rushed for 190 yards alone in the second half, and Boogie Carr, this week's Player of the Week, finished the night with 199 yards on 20 carries and 3 touchdowns. The Wampus Cats were down 21-20 at halftime, but after 2 short minutes, Conway grabbed a 27-21 lead. A 9-yard pass from Carter Nye to Caden York put the Tigers back in front with a 28-27 lead, but Conway then went 80 yards in less than 2 minutes to retake the lead at 34-28. Carr then ran 49 yards to give the Wampus Cats their biggest lead of the night at 41-28. Shortly after Bentonville cut Conway's lead to 41-35, Conway's kicker put away a 30-yard field goal to end the night. The Wampus Cats are on the road this week as they face Springdale. The Cabot Panthers dominated over Bentonville West on Friday night with a 34-10 victory. Cabot quarterback Abe Owen ran for 3 touchdowns and passed for another, which led the physical offense and ended the night with 324 yards of offense. Evion Jimerson had 143 yards on 18 carries, and Keegan Vest had 82 yards on 11 carries. West made it a 7-3 game on Ethan Gregg's 26-yard field goal, but the Panthers' offense continued to deliver throughout the night. The Panthers are on a bye this week. 2 lightning delays played into Lake Hamilton's favor as they took a 26-21 win over Jonesboro Friday night. Justin Crutchmere scored on a 3-yard run with 4 seconds left in the game to give the Wolves the victory. The Wolves took a 20-14 lead with 7 minutes and 37 seconds left on a 62-yard pass from Easton Hurley to Crutchmere. Jonesboro responded with a 5-play, 64-yard drive that ended with Terrence Brown tossing a 41-yard pass to Maddox Morrison. The Wolves moved the ball slowly down the field until a 28-yard pass from Hurley to Gavin Thomason put Lake Hamilton on the 3. Crutchmere then ended the game with his second touchdown of the night, making the final score 26-21. Jonesboro is on a bye this week. The Bryant Hornets were prepared to face Denton Ryan Friday night in the opener of the Battle of the Border in Shreveport, Louisiana, but unfortunately, Mother Nature had other plans. The game was canceled at 8:20 Central after thunderstorms and lightning strikes were spotted in the area. Bryant is on the road this week as they face Little Rock Parkview. Greenwood completed a wild comeback on Kane Archer's 39-yard desperation pass to Grant Carnes as time ran out to give them a 56-53 victory over Northside. Northside led 27-7 after the first quarter, racking up 212 yards and using an 89-yard fumble return by Damari Smith. Both teams scored in the third quarter before Northside took a 39-28 lead on a 32-yard touchdown pass from Pum Savoy to Smith. Northside led by 18 points twice in the fourth quarter, first at 46-28 with 7 minutes and 4 seconds left as Savoy hit Smith for a 27-yard touchdown, and again at 53-35 with 4 minutes left as Savoy took a quarterback draw straight up the middle 64 yards for a touchdown. Greenwood's Hail Mary in the fourth quarter ultimately put the Bulldogs on top. Northside will host the Fayetteville Bulldogs this week. Little Rock Central travels to Pine Bluff, and the Zebras get their first win for coach Michael Williams. Pine Bluff started the game slow as they conceded 4 false start penalties in the first quarter. Central also seemed a little out of sorts with 4 fumbles in the first half, 2 of them being recovered by the Zebras. The Zebras elected to play 2 quarterbacks for most of the game, Landon Holcomb and William Howe. Holcomb ended the game completing 4 of 11 passes, including a 40-yard touchdown, and had 35 yards rushing on 9 attempts. Howe had touchdown throws of 67 and 45 yards as well. Central will host Bentonville West this week.
Conway Regional has been the community's hospital for 100 years, providing high-quality, compassionate care. As our community continues to grow, we're growing alongside you to ensure all of your health care needs are met right here in Conway. When your family needs emergency care, you can trust our board-certified providers to provide you with the comprehensive care you deserve when you need it most. So when you're facing an emergency, trust the care you'll find down the hallway, not down the highway. At Conway Regional, we are not just growing, we're growing together.
Welcome back. The Conway Regional Health System pregame show continues now. It's time for our senior spotlight. And this week, It's senior offensive lineman Aaron Smith. Big Aaron Smith, as we've all gotten to know Aaron as he takes up a lot of space there at the left tackle spot. So, Aaron, thank you for being with us. And first of all, tell us about how football became what it became for you. Did you play as a kid? As you got bigger, was it like, probably ought to try out some football? What's your story with the sport?
Well, I was always tall and my brother played football. So I was always at his practices, always watching him play. And I didn't really think I was going to play until like the last year before, I guess it was third grade. And then his coach was like, "Hey, you should try out." And went to Optimist. He got me. We got the same team as my brother. He was already gone, but I mean, I played and I loved it. So been playing since.
All right, Aaron. Hey, you moved to left tackle last year, and it's just really paid off for this offense. And you've just been so successful. We saw it last week against Bentonville. What is it about that position that you think your skill sets fit so well into?
I mean, I'm long, and just the main part of that position is just like spreading out the defense, keeping them wide, keeping them off Donnie. So I mean that I can do that easily on that position, and it's natural. I've been playing the end. I've been playing tackle and D end my whole life. So now that I'm just focusing on tackle, it's helping me really hone in on those skills. And yeah.
So this is your last year of football at this level. Obviously, you're going to be playing at the next level, and we're excited for you there. But this year is not only about playing football, but it's about leadership and leaving some things to learn for the folks that are behind you. Tell us a little bit about the way your approach is to leadership and what you plan to try to leave behind.
I try to have a positive impact on everyone through practice. Like practices, they're not easy. The sophomores, they're just getting into it. They're dying on the sideline because they're having to do a lot more than us. They're having to scout, be our scouts, they're having to do a lot. And I remember when I was like that, and I just had some leaders back then, Logan Wilmington, who would always leave a really positive impact on me. And yeah, I just try to be that smiling face during practice. So making jokes and stuff.
So that's during practice, but what is it like pregame? Is it a joking environment in the locker room? Talk us through that. And do you have any rituals, any music? What gets you in the mindset before you run on the field?
Before the game, it's we joke a lot, but coming up to that first hour, usually I just put in some music and I get like one of those med balls and I just start punching it. And not like to wear myself out, but just to get in that mindset and yeah, just kind of focus in, be by myself. I don't really like to talk to people before the game. So,
well, whatever you're doing, keep doing it because it's definitely working.
Yeah,
it's been fun to watch you play, Aaron. Good luck, not only this year but in the recruiting process and beyond. We'll be watching. Okay.
Thank you.
Conway Regional has been the community's hospital for 100 years. Providing high-quality, compassionate care. As our community continues to grow, we're growing alongside you to ensure all your healthcare needs are met right here in Conway. When your family needs emergency care, you can trust our board-certified providers to provide you with the comprehensive care you deserve when you need it most. When you're facing an emergency, trust the care you'll find down the hallway, not down the highway. At Conway Regional, we're not just growing, we're growing together.
The Conway Regional Health System pregame show continues now with our visit with head football coach Keith Fempel. Coach, thank you for joining us once again, and congratulations on that week 1 win over Bentonville.
I appreciate you guys. I thought, the kids came out, played really well. I was really glad to see them be able to play somebody different, in front of the crowd that we had, which was tremendous. Lots of good things going on in the bleachers, especially in good times during the game. So I appreciate everybody being there.
Coach, your team put up some huge numbers on offense, 300 all-purpose yards from Boogie Carr, almost 400 yards rushing, 631 total yards. And it really seemed like the offensive line was just doing everything you needed them to do.
Yeah, I thought, again, going into this first game right here, there's certain expectations that you have that they're almost negative sometimes. You know what I'm saying, Levi? You think, oh, we're going to do this wrong or do this, and we're just going to have to fight through it. But I thought they did a really good job, even coming out the first drive, and moving the ball down the field, and at least getting the field goal out of it, kind of stalled out there. But, those are first game things. But, what else can you ask for the coach going into that first game and the cleanliness that they did? But there's still things that we can learn from and make ourselves better.
Coach, it's the time for the first road trip, and it's the longest one you'll take of the year. And I know on paper that Springdale looks like they're outmatched, but as you know, and everybody that follows football, it's hard to win on the road regardless.
It's hard to win on the road, and it's hard to win in a tradition-rich Springdale. Being kind of a historian, me and you guys talk about all the time, the Gerald Williams legacy and coaching up there, and the tradition that they have. Inside of, yesterday I talked to the guys about it. Has a fence around it. They thought, it was some kind of other fence. It's actually a white picket fence that has been there traditionally forever. And, that's one thing we talked about. When people are playing at home, we've got to really recognize that we want to play at our high level, no matter where we're at. And that's, again, right here at Springdale is where we want to improve from game 1 to game 2.
Coach, we appreciate your time once again, and we'll see you in Springdale in a few minutes for the kickoff.
All right, see you guys. Appreciate it. Go Cats.
Transform your internet experience with Conway Corp Managed Wi-Fi, powered by Plume. Full strength, uninterrupted Wi-Fi everywhere in your home. Multiple devices, maximum streaming and uploading. Installed by our experts for peak performance. Buffering, over. Dead spots, gone. Easy controls manage your smart devices. And advanced security keeps it all safe. It's the smarter way to Wi-Fi. Conway Corp Managed Wi-Fi. Upgrade now.
Good evening and welcome to Gerald Williams Bulldog Stadium. It's week 2 for your Conway Wampus Cats as they've made the long trip all the way up to Springdale. I'm Levi Gilbert alongside color analyst Tim Roach. And Tim, these Wampus Cats, they come into Northwest Arkansas feeling pretty confident after a steady win in last week's season opener over the then ranked number 3 Bentonville Tigers.
Yeah, every reason to feel really good about it because that was our first game, their second. They'd already proven they could beat a powerhouse in Oklahoma, so it was really good to see us execute pretty much every facet of the game.
Yeah, it was a great way to open the season. Yeah. The task ahead for your number 2 ranked Wampus Cats tonight is a team that is, to put it candidly, struggling, to say the least. I mean, the Bulldogs, they had a rough season a year ago, managed just 1 win, and things haven't gotten off to a better start so far this year. They're winless on the year with losses to 2 5A schools, Harrison and Farmington, and then on top of all that, injuries have just really wreaked havoc.
Well, it seems it's one of those deals where you're down and things begin to snowball from there, and that's kind of what's happened to this program really starting about a year and a half ago. So they are still fighting. They're still working through all those things. These kids are not going to quit like anybody else. They're going to go out and lace it up and be ready to go.
It's been a long 17 years since the Springdale 5 and the 2005 championship. It's not the Springdale of old, if you're familiar with those days. But, Tim, you made the comment earlier in our pregame segment that on paper, I mean, when you look at it, you stack the 2 teams up, Conway seems to be the favorite, right? They should win this ball game is what we expect. We know it. These Wampus Cats, they probably know it. And that can be a real challenge sometimes. I mean, trying to keep focused on performing at a high level in a game that you're highly favored to win, it can be as much of a mental battle as a physical one. So how do your Wampus Cats rise above those challenges tonight, stay focused? That takes us to Tim's 3 things for tonight.
Well, you said it. I think this game is about focusing on what we do. If we play our game, if we do the things that we do well, we should win this ball game, but you have to do it. That's the reason why they do not play this on paper. They actually got to play the game. So the first thing is you'll see some wing tee tonight. We haven't seen wing tee in a number of years. We won't see it again this year, I don't think. So there's some responsibilities, some keys you have to read off of, and it's not something you practice every week.
haven't seen wing T, but we've seen some similarities, right? I mean, Southwest runs kind of a similar deal, not the same type of deal, but you know,
right.
So in terms of looking vastly different, it's not super different.
No, it's not, but it's not something that we're going to see much of.
Right.
So and it's not a team that throws the ball that much. The second thing is we want to improve from week 1 to week 2. If we improve off of our week 1 and we play all facets better than what we did, we cut down on some penalties, which was a big deal for us last week. We had 8 penalties for 73 yards, and they came at the most inopportune times. We need to improve off of that. We could tackle a little bit better. Third down conversions they did okay on, but defensively they got 3 out of 3 fourth down conversions, and so there's some things to clean up there. The last thing is we need to continue to maintain the offensive balance. Now we've seen it now for 3 years go from, you know, the first year in Coach Kelly's offense, it was like 70-30 pass to run, and then last year it was exactly 50-50 or 49-51. This year the run is increasing even more, so we've seen the running needle go up, up, and up, and that's okay because when you're running for 300 yards out of Boogie Carr or thereabouts, close 275, you want to run the ball. You want to control the offense.
And we've only had one game to look at, but
right.
You want to know what the numbers are?
Yeah, give it
because I have them for you.
Go ahead.
60-40.
60-40 run.
Yeah.
All right. See, so it's moved.
The needle has moved.
The needle has moved, and that's all I was trying to say. Don't try to call me out.
No, you were right. You were right indeed. All right, we are just 4.5 minutes away from the opening kickoff. We're going to go ahead and take a break here. Back live with the starting lineups after this break on Conway Corp.
Conway Regional has been the community's hospital for 100 years, providing high-quality, compassionate care. As our community continues to grow, we're growing alongside you to ensure all your healthcare needs are met right here in Conway. When your family needs emergency care, you can trust our board-certified providers to provide you with the comprehensive care you deserve when you need it most. When you're facing an emergency, trust the care you'll find down the hallway, not down the highway. At Conway Regional, we're not just growing, we're growing together.
Back live in Springdale, your Wampus Cats just a few minutes away from kicking things off here on the road in week 2, all the way up here in northwest Arkansas. Your Wampus Cats there. Yeah, thanks for the reminder. No, new all around here because new away jerseys. And if you're, we've got kind of a wide shot here. If you're wondering what's new about them, the numbers, black numbers with blue trim.
Yeah.
And those pants, if you're like, man, that's a really dark blue, that's because it's black. Those are black pants. So new black pants added into the mix. I expect we'll see them at home at some point, you would imagine. So we hadn't seen them yet. We were blue on blue last week, but the what's the word I'm looking for? The configurations have multiplied, Tim.
Yeah,
Rich.
yeah. And so the thing about it is, too, and you think, well, it's not that big a deal. It actually really is. I mean, kids really like to have the snappy brand new uniforms and the new look, and this look is really tight. I mean, it's a really good look, and hopefully, I mean, if it makes them play better, great, but it's a good look, and I like it.
Well, who knew Garrett Sanders had such a...
I don't like him rolling his ankles like that, but okay.
Had such an elaborate dance move there.
Here come
we go. Your Wampus Cats onto the field, Gerald Williams Bulldog Stadium, live here in Springdale. Let's go ahead and take a look at the starting lineups. We'll start with the offense, and no big changes here. Starting lineups on offense. No injuries from last week. Everything's pretty much the same.
Yeah, you expected to see this come through, hopefully. We did see some cramps last week, and they're trying to fix that up. But no changes in the offense. Man, what a great game by Aaron Smith, by Boogie Carr, Donnie, Rome Fields, Chris O'Neill. I mean, just name it. Cole Williams had a great game as well.
No turnovers a week ago. Very clean.
On either side.
On either side,
but
none on our side either. So it was very, very good to see. Let's go ahead and take a look at the defense. We did have, you were mentioning those cramps. A lot of that was happening on the defensive side of the ball, and a lot of it was happening in that linebacker core, but it was just cramps. Everyone's back tonight.
Yeah, they played. I mean, Ben Chandler had his coming out party, was a fantastic game. They all played well. I thought they all played well, and what we didn't see a lot of was last week was their dynamic wide receiver, C.J. Brown, go off at all, and that was because Q Wilson, number 1 over there, was locked with him the entire game, and he allowed 2 catches for 6 yards. unbelievable game by this defense. Really, really top notch.
Yeah, Coach Fimple also highly complimentary of R.J. Chapman starting out at corner as a sophomore, and he'll be out there again. And we do expect to see Jonah Cecil starting at safety tonight. So go ahead and take a look at the special teams as well. And special teams definitely made an impact a week ago.
Yeah, it was. When you talk about for the first time in his Wampus Cat career, Adrian Mejia going for 3 field goals, and they were all crucial. We won by 9 points. There's your spread, and the last field goal was the deal sealer. So great job by our special teams.
All right. I missed the toss. So I don't know if we're receiving or kicking off, but we'll know soon enough because we're just 25 seconds away.
I feel good either way, though. I mean, it's one of those. Our special teams has been really good.
I know if we win the toss, I always know what we're going to do if we win the toss. We want the ball. We're going to go score. That's how it's always been since Coach Keith Kelly. Or not Keith Kelly, Mark Kelly.
Oh, yeah, Mark Kelly.
Keith Kelly is our director. So, get them confused sometimes. All right, Tim Roach, any last thoughts before kickoff?
Well, I'm always nervous. I always find ways to lose ball games, and so if you had to ask me what I'm nervous about is, coming out flat, and making a first long trip, and your sequence of events gets off, and you're just flat coming out. We saw that last year with just a little bit flat against Fayetteville, and it was after a long trip. So, trips may be a bit of a thing, but again, all things being equal, if we play our ball game, we should be fine.
Tevin Tate kicking off for Springdale, so your Wampus Cats will receive. And if you're looking out there and you're thinking, that guy's kicking? Yeah, he's got a leg on him too. Yeah. He can boot the ball.
He's a straight-on kicker. I watched him in warm-ups. He's a straight-on kicker. But he's 6'5". What's the specs on him? 6'5".
260.
260.
So it's like Aaron Smith.
Yeah, he plays. So he plays kicker, obviously, but he plays tight end on offense occasionally. But he's their defensive tackle as well. Good player.
Chris O'Neill, Q Wilson back. They do a little quick kick there, and it's still loose. Goes out of bounds, though, as Dalen Moulton tried to haul it in. No damage done. Wow. Luckily, as that went out of bounds. That could have been catastrophic.
Shades of Rogers last year in the playoff game.
Yeah, those were not pleasant memories.
Somebody needs to pay attention to that kind of onside kick because that was a very good one. The ball was going everywhere.
Well placed, and that thing was bouncing around. For sure. All right, we'll see how your Wampus Cats can start things off. Boogie Carr in the backfield, trips to the right. They'll give it to Boogie, and he's going to be hit right behind the line of scrimmage. His first carry, that was Alexander Santana.
Yeah, there was no go. He had in the spot where Boogie was headed, and Boogie had no other place to go.
It'll be 2nd and 12, empty backfield for Donovan. Goes across the middle for Chris O'Neill. Chris O'Neill stretching the field out to the far side past the 50, past the 40 after the stiff arm, past the 30 and the 20. And he'll finally go down near the 15-yard line. They'll mark it at the 16.
I kept looking for flags behind the scenes, but there are none, thank goodness. But, man, what a stiff arm. My goodness, Chris O'Neill. And a great run down the boundary. Good blocking downfield. That's well executed.
Chris will come near side here as trips to the left. We'll give it to Boogie. Boogie again met right near the line of scrimmage. This defensive line is getting a nice push.
Yeah, they've watched some film on Boogie. They've had both times they've had the ends crashed into the gaps.
Just a 1-yard gain makes it 2nd and 9. Fake to Boogie over the middle to Rome Fields. Flag coming out. Rome still on his feet. Gets into the end zone. We'll just have to wait and see what the call is here.
Air call coming back. It's a hold.
That came in quickly.
Yeah, and I didn't see it. Came in from the umpire though, so that's his responsibility. Couldn't hear the number.
That will move things back. It's going to be 2nd and 19 after the mark. You talked about penalties, Tim.
Yeah, here we go. So got to clean up some things that we had, like 3 holds last week at least that were called on us.
Boogie Carr goes in motion back into the backfield. They'll give it to Boogie. He's got a seam up the middle this time. Still on his feet, spin move down to the 10. He's inside the 10, will be down near the 8-yard line.
Well, they had him dead to rights right about 2 or 3 yards after the line of scrimmage, and Boogie was doing Boogie things. I mean, it's just amazing.
3rd and short. They'll give it to Boogie again. They're going to bounce it out to his left this time. He'll pick up the first down inside the 5. They'll mark it right at the 3, so 1st and goal from the 3 coming up for your Wampus Cats as Jalen Chambers comes in to spell Boogie.
Yeah, good block, by the way, by Q Whitehead and Aaron Smith on the left side of the line. Really nice job there.
Twins to each side. They'll give it right to Jalen, right up the middle, lowered his head. Going to be stopped right at the 1.
The official is shading his eyes to see where the ball is, and Jalen's not getting up.
It was a tough hit on Chambers. Coaching staff, or the medical staff, getting out there quickly. We'll go ahead and take a break here as they tend to him. No score, 10:06 to play here in the first quarter. We're going to take a break here on Conway Corp.
Thank you for your business.
It began in 1997 with one goal: community first. It grew, reaching farther and farther across the state of Arkansas. Now, we're on the move again, ready to show our commitment to the people of Conway. Ready to continue the effort to revitalize our downtown with a state-of-the-art banking facility. Ready to live out our firm belief that community is everywhere. And now, community is here.
From day one, Centennial has been there for the people of Conway, the people that teach us, protect us, guide us, and work to make Conway better every day. That's why we've donated over $5 million to local organizations and causes, and we have the same commitment to serving you for life's milestones and everyday moments. Centennial Bank, proud to call Conway and Faulkner County home.
Back live in Springdale, 10:06 to play here in the first quarter, and still an injury timeout on the field as Jalen Chambers, after that hard hit, it's still being looked at, has not got up yet, so we're just going to bring you all in here for a bit as they keep, tending to him, and we'll let you know an update as soon as we can, but just wanted to come back in and let you know what's going on because may be a bit before we're back in action.
We had good drive going there, and prayers going for my man there. But we had a good drive going. There were some things if we want to shift gears and talk about just the game, if that's okay.
Sure.
We've already had to overcome some penalties. One penalty that stands out, and getting Boogie started with that big run is very meaningful because they had game plans. Okay, we're not gonna let Boogie get us. Donnie's gonna have to do it with his arm, and so but once he had that big run there, that really kind of that probably put a little bit of fear in them.
And all the struggles that we've mentioned with the Springdale team, one area that they have not struggled is on that defensive line. They have got some size up front, and we've seen that playing out so far here on your Wampus Cats' first offensive possession. But just wanted to let you know it could be a bit before we're seeing action again on the field. We wanted to keep it up here so we're not showing anything. We just want to be sensitive to what's going on the field right now as they're still tending to Jalen Chambers, and was just a run right up the middle. Looked like a pretty hard hit.
Right at the goal line, yeah.
And I honestly wouldn't be surprised if at some point, they bring in
something to help him get off the field. Yeah.
And so it's all that to say that it's going to be a little longer than the normal injury timeout here at Gerald Williams Bulldog Stadium. So live tonight here in Springdale, just week 2 for your Wampus Cats. This is game number 3 for Springdale, so they're going to have their bye next week. Of course, Conway.
We had ours.
We had our bye already. We didn't play in week 0. So next week we'll be back at home, and it's going to be Ouachita Parish from Louisiana.
Ouachita Parish. First
coming
time,
to Conway.
Yeah, coming to Conway. Then next year we go there. Next year's travel trip is going to be the budget had better be elevated a little bit because we're going to go to Jonesboro.
Yeah, this is our one long road trip of the regular season that we know about. Everything else is back in the 501, but next year it is going to be a lot of travel, like you said, Tim Roach.
Yeah, Jonesboro. You got to go to Bentonville. You got to go to Louisiana
and Northside,
and then Northside. It's a ridiculous schedule. Somebody needs to tell Clint Ashcraft that he needs to be better. No, he can't do anything about it. I know.
If you want to be that direct,
he can't be. He can't do anything about it.
All right. It does appear that they are going to be bringing out some extra help to get Jalen off the field. So we're going to take another break here in Springdale. Maybe a little bit longer than the breaks we normally take, but we're just trying to be sensitive to, again, what's going on here in the stadium, and we'll be back as soon as we can with an update. You're watching Conway football here on Conway Corp.
When you choose First Security, banking is just the beginning. Here, we take care of each other, making the community we all share even stronger. So people in Arkansas can build a life, buy a home, run a business, and more. Strength in numbers and neighbors. It's another way First Security helps Arkansas bank better. And it's why you should call on us today. First Security, bank better.
Hi, I'm Kate McConnell, member of the Smith Ford family. Come to Smith Ford and get any Ford vehicle designed by you and built for you. Our experienced staff can help you custom order an F-150, Bronco Sport, or the all-new Ford Maverick. Smith Ford, providing affordable Fords for over 100 years.
Come experience Smith Ford's family customer service in Conway, exit 127 off I-40.
Now home entertainment can get out of the house. Introducing Conway Corp TV, streaming entertainment with cloud DVR, live sports, local TV, and much more. It's perfect for rom-coms on the couch, adventures in the backyard, and binging over lunch. So whether you're in your bedroom, on your phone, or on the go, it all feels like home. Conway Corp TV, available only from Conway Corp.
We so often anecdotally get from our customers, hey, we've come to your store and it just feels different. And they really have a hard time explaining why that is, what that is, how they feel that way. But I think our customers need to come experience for themselves and understand why Caldwell Cares means something here and why it feels different here and why we're here to help you buy a car, not to sell you a car. And that's kind of our approach.
Thank you for your business.
It began in 1997 with one goal: community first. It grew, reaching farther and farther across the state of Arkansas. Now, we're on the move again, ready to show our commitment to the people of Conway. Ready to continue the effort to revitalize our downtown with a state-of-the-art banking facility. Ready to live out our firm belief that community is everywhere. And now, community is here.
Back live in Springdale, and situation, a little update here. Jalen Chambers has been put on a stretcher, and they are wheeling him off as we speak. So if you're back home or wherever you're watching from, and you're the prayerful type, you might want to send some that way for Jalen Chambers, because it was a rough-looking hit from what we saw up here, and of course we don't know anything. We don't have any updates on what's happened, but it did look somewhat serious based on the reaction we were seeing on the field.
I did see him kind of move his hands as he was coming off the field. So that's a good sign, I guess. I hope.
And, they always want to be extra cautious in these situations. So Jalen Chambers, again, expect to definitely be out the rest of the night. And if we have any updates at some point that we can share, we'll be happy to do that. As we come back into play now, it is 2nd and goal from the 2 for your Wampus Cats. 10:06 to play here in the first quarter. This is the first drive, and we're going to see this. We saw this a week ago. Let's hope it works better here. They give it to Boogie. Boogie fighting at the line. Tried to reach in, did not get it. They're going to call him just short. Nice goal line stand from this Springdale defense. That's not easy to do against Boogie Carr.
Real nice tackle. They're going to go again.
They're going to go right back to it. Donovan Amalo keeping it this time. Got the signal across the way. Touchdown, Wampus Cats. Conway on the board, 6-0 with 9:39 to play.
Really good job pushing at that point. The first attempt by Boogie at the 2, they still got a little bit of penetration in there. That time, it was an absolute push, and they were all in the end zone by the time it was over. So good push by your offensive line.
Adrian Mejia will come on for the extra point. 5 for 5 last week. Kick is up, and it is good. 7-0, Conway on top. 9:39 to go here in the first. Back with more after this on Conway Corp.
From day one, Centennial has been there for the people of Conway, the people that teach us, protect us, guide us, and work to make Conway better every day. That's why we've donated over $5 million to local organizations and causes, and we have the same commitment to serving you for life's milestones and everyday moments. Centennial Bank, proud to call Conway and Faulkner County home.
Back live in Springdale tonight. Conway up on top, 7-0 early here. And we did get confirmation from Jeff Matthews, who's out in the stands, that Jalen was giving the thumbs up as they willed him away. So that is a hopeful sign for him. And like we said, we'll keep giving updates on that as we hear some, if we're allowed to share them or not. But yeah, Jalen Chambers out of the game tonight after a big hit down at the goal line. Wampus Cats up on top early. It's Adrian Mejia. Kicks it deep. This will be hauled in near the 5. Nice, strong form tackle.
Chris O'Neill.
He's got the speed to get down there.
Yeah, and that's he blew somebody up last week, and I can't remember who it was, and it was on a special teams, but he absolutely blew somebody. So that's a guy. I know we don't need any help right now in the secondary, but man, nice form tackle, Chris O'Neill.
So your first look here at the Springdale offense, and I forgot the starting lineups again. We will show them at some point, I promise you. That's a new little thing we've added into the mix, and I will remember at some point. We did so well a week ago, trying to get it in gear. All right, here we go for Springdale. Caden Azarud, junior quarterback. I'll hand it off to Chajon Sparks over on the right side. Who else? Ben Chandler in the mix early again.
Didn't take long. And Udi getting the start tonight as well right there. Strung it out just a little bit right off the edge. Minimal gain of 2. And but really good tackling there. I mean, first contact, it was a wrap-up.
Yeah, Porter Udi starting at one defensive end spot. Bulldogs will go trips to the left. They'll hand it off to David Perez, but not much going there. Short gain on second down.
Yeah, really good tackle there. Trying to see who got up out of it. That was Kelton, as well as Big D. So the defensive line did their job there. Gained of about 3 or 4, but really, again, very firm tackling. As soon as contact was made, it was a very sure tackle by your defense.
3rd and 5. Jacoby Wade has checked in as an extra defensive back.
Yeah, gone to a nickel package.
Azarud will look to pass here. The rush coming all around him. He's going to run out of that. Still in pursuit. He's going to be hit by Wade Simpson, short of the 35, but it will be enough for the first down.
Yeah, good move in the pocket. Had all kinds of pressure from both outsides, and then we lost a little bit of the containment and allowed him to get, I mean, he only got 4 yards out of it, but a good move by Azarud there.
1st and 10 at the 35 for the Bulldogs. David Perez in the backfield. Give him the ball on the left side, and ball is on the ground. Picked up by Jonah Cecil. Has he got it? He got it! Scoop and score for Jonah.
Ball came out. What a great tackle off of the edge. That was Big D, I believe. They got the contact behind the line of scrimmage. Ball came out way in space, and Jonah Cecil picked it up, and made the distance.
First turnover forced by this Conway defense, and they take it back for 6.
As it should be. As it should be.
That was an interesting thing a week ago. We didn't talk too much about it. No turnovers forced by your defense, and no turnovers given up by your Conway offense. A very clean game on both sides of the ball against Bentonville a week ago. But first turnover of the year here, and Jonah Cecil scoops and scores, and that extra point is blocked. You know, Tajon Sparks was coming off that edge
close last time.
And Conway did not pick it up, so the PAT blocked. Will be no good. It's 13-0 here in the first quarter, 7:22 to play. Back with more after this break on Conway Corp.
Now home entertainment can get out of the house. Introducing Conway Corp TV, streaming entertainment with cloud DVR, live sports, local TV, and much more. It's perfect for rom-coms on the couch, adventures in the backyard, and binging over lunch. So whether you're in your bedroom, on your phone, or on the go, it all feels like home. Conway Corp TV, available only from Conway Corp.
Tim Roach, that was a way to get your second touchdown here tonight. Yeah, liked it.
Well, the defense did no turnovers last week. The ball came loose a couple of times. They didn't throw the ball enough for us to really pick one. Boy, but I mean, the first opportunity we saw, you get Jonah Cecil, a junior, off of the edge after a big D tackle.
Tajon Sparks picks this one up near the 5. He's got some speed. He's going to go down past the 25. Let's go ahead and take a look at your defensive starters.
Question part, defensive end. DeMarcus McKenzie, defensive tackle. Kelly Thomas, D tackle. Like he studied defensive end. Wade Simpson, outside linebacker. Jared Sanders, middle linebacker. Bill Kelly, outside linebacker.
RJ Chapman, cornerback.
Clifton Wallace, safety. Jonah Cecil, safety. Quadro Wilson, cornerback.
Second chance to look at your defense here. Got MJ Jones and Braxton Nixon on the defensive line as we come back. Garrett Sanders unable to secure the tackle there as Zamari and Manuel spun out of that one.
Yeah, I got a wrap there. A big hit by Garrett, just didn't form tackle there. He'll clean that up. This is a guy that I saw against Farmington. Didn't touch the ball much, played on defense mostly, really fast.
When you were talking about this, we saw this guy, what was it, 2 years ago in the playoffs? Back in the COVID year, 2020. Right. Springdale came to Conway in that first round, and they're having a little bit of confusion here as they're trying to get their offense set. A little bit of a high snap, and Ben Chandler, ball on the ground again. Well, they're going to just say incomplete, but there's a lot of things going on there. They faked it to Manuel, and Ben Chandler just blew that up. It was a good thing they were faking it.
Yeah, he came over and shook the coach's hand and said, "Don't ever call that play again.
Oh, man.
Don't ever do that again." Really great stick in the backfield. Kind of threw the timing off a little bit, and a really good play by Hudson Wallace on the edge after the pass really kind of broke it up there.
3rd and 2. 2 receivers near side, 1 on the far side. Ben Chandler had a shot. Azarud broke containment. He picks up a first down.
Yeah, we had a little bit of trouble with that last week as well. Once it got past the initial push to the pocket, if they bounced outside, we were so committed in the rush that we lost our containment, got the edge, and that's an easy first down for Springdale.
Springdale moves on to the Conway side of the field. Ball spotted at the 49. Tajon Sparks in the backfield with Azarud. They'll give it to Sparks. He tries to bounce it out to the left. He's got a lot of space out there. Sparks flashing that speed, and Q Wilson forcing him out of bounds after he picks up the first down.
Yeah, good run. Got the edge. Looked like a little bit of a hold on the edge that we didn't get called, but you've got to be able to overcome that. And once he got the edge, man, the speed to get to the spot, that guy's got it.
So 1st and 10 now at the 36 for the Bulldogs. Junior Reyna and Chris Cortez split out near side. They'll give it to Manuel. And Q Wilson stepping up, making a real nice form tackle. As we had a few opportunities to get him in the backfield.
Yeah, but you know what? I really would consider that being the defense kind of did its job there, strung it out all the way to the boundary, and Q came in to clean it up, and it's a loss of 1. I mean, I call that a win, even though we maybe had a chance to get him a little deeper than that. It's still a win.
This defense plays fast, Tim Roach.
Oh man, I love these guys and their speed to the edges.
Be 2nd and 11. As we close in on the 6-minute mark here in quarter number 1. Azarud looking to pass, going deep. Q Wilson tried to get a hand on it. I'm not sure if he touched it or not, but it was enough to disrupt the concentration from Cortez.
Yeah, I think he did. I think he actually got his hand on it and really played it well. He was never beat and high pointed the ball. He and Cortez are about the same size. Q is going to have – he's going to be probably the small guy in any matchup, but this guy covers, man. He locked down last week, and they've got him on the best receiver that Springdale has this week.
Yeah, Cortez, that's who we're talking about. He's down near side here. Reyna in the slot, and Davis out far side. Azarud under pressure. They try and set up the screen to Perez. They do. And Ben Chandler closing in. They're going to stop him short of a first down. Wow. So an interesting decision coming up here for Springdale.
Yeah, and that's a great play because that's designed to get you some yards if you're aggressive at all, and we were to the quarterback. Wow, what a close by Ben Chandler, and good clean tackle right on the boundary. Brings up 4th and 5, maybe 6, but this is 4-down territory.
Yeah, at the 31, they will keep the offense on the field. Davon Williams, Cortez, and Reyna will be in trips to the left. Davis near side.
Got to watch the scramble here.
4th and 5. Azarud under pressure, rolling out to his left. And he's looking for Davis, but under so much pressure, just couldn't get the pass out.
And I think he was covered by Preston Prock. That's a guy that we didn't call too much last week. Had some great plays, but that's a guy that can get out there in coverage, can back out off of the defensive line and back into coverage. Really nice job there.
So turnover on downs for Springdale, and the Wampus Cats will start this drive at the 31.
Nicely done by your defense. They popped a couple of good plays, but we were able to bow when we need to.
They'll start with a handoff here to Boogie Carr. Boogie shaking past one defender, and he's calling for a face mask there as he pops up.
Yeah, they grabbed the face mask and got away with it there.
Just a gain of 1 on that play. 2 receivers to each side for Donnie. They get it out to Jackson Anderson quickly in the flats. Jackson still on his feet, breaks out of it, dives forward near the 40. He's going to set up 3rd and short.
Is that his first catch of the year?
I believe that is, yeah.
Yeah, and boy, what a great move. High pointed the ball, tall throw, but man, made some yards after the catch.
3rd and short, get the little bubble screen out to Clay Fisher. Clay's first catch of the year, and he's going to be down near the 40. Got the first down and a lot more.
Yeah, back-to-back first catches for our guys, Jackson Anderson and Clay Fisher. Really good job of getting upfield, good downfield blocking.
They move trips to the right. They'll give it to Boogie Carr. Boogie finds that seam right up the middle. And he's slowed down by number 10. That's Michael Dickerson.
No, I'm talking to the chain crew.
Yeah, no,
just now catching up.
That was not a first down. Yeah,
no, they're just now catching up.
It's 2nd and 5. They'll give it to Boogie again. Boogie finds that seam on the left side, breaks through, almost broke through the second level, and he would have had 6. And he got tripped up. That was a touchdown-saving tackle right there.
It's Boogie when he chagrins.
1st and 10. Get it out quick to Clay Fisher on the right side. Clay following his blockers inside the 10. Will get it down to the 7.
That's another first down. And man, we are moving so fast right now.
I'm losing my breath trying to keep up.
It's ridiculous. I mean, Springdale just doesn't even know where to line up yet.
Chris O'Neill near side, trips to the right on the short side of the field, and Donnie's going to keep it. He's going to have a real short gain, maybe 1 there.
Yeah, it's a different look though. I mean, that's what Kelly's doing. He's throwing different looks at it right now.
2nd and goal from the 6. They'll give it to Boogie Carr. Boogie doing work on that right side, cuts it back towards the middle, and he's got it down to the 2. No, they're going to mark it at the 3.
Great vision by Boogie there. Everything jammed up on the left-hand side, and he immediately staggered and went back right, found the gap in the right side to get what he could out of it. Great job by Boogie there.
Moving to the bigger set here, Lala Smith in. They'll give it to Lala right up the middle. He's going to gain just a yard, so it's going to bring up 4th and goal from the 2.
That was Kevin Tate, I believe. Big number 9. We talked about him. He was the guy that kicked off early in the game. Really flew down and made the play there. He is a load. You can tell he's going to be tough to handle tonight.
They'll keep the offense on the field. 2 receivers to each side. Tried to get him to jump off sides, and they did.
A little bit closer. Gets us half the distance. But your options get a little bit. I mean, that brings Donnie more into play here now.
Right. It wouldn't be surprised if you see him move under center. 4th and goal from the 1. Donnie looking to his left, over the middle. Was looking for Rome Fields. Could not bring it in, and Rome, he's arguing he was getting a little held there.
He was. Now, he stumbled out of the gate. That didn't help him. He didn't help himself there any at all, but he did get held coming out of his stumble, and it threw everything off.
So interesting here, Tim, is that a week ago had 4th and short multiple times in the red zone, and we kicked field goals. Not the case here tonight.
Right, and you know, with a 13-point lead in the first quarter, you've moved the ball pretty well. I don't blame that. I think that's a good call, just to kind of put yourself in a position to see how you respond. And you threw the ball there. Didn't even try the run. You threw the ball there. Just the timing wasn't right.
And what a tough spot here for the Bulldogs. 1st and 10 from the 1. And Williams got a nice big gain on 1st down.
Yeah, good run there. Jonas Cecil's hat comes off. He's got to come off for a play.
Hudson Wallace will check back in. Jacoby Wade already on the field.
They've done well off of the edge, and so our edge containment so far tonight has not been the greatest. We lost it on the quarterback scramble. We've lost it on at least 3 runs now.
When we go back to the wing again here, they will run. Ben Chandler had him in the backfield. Couldn't get him with the one-arm tackle, but who else was cleaning it up? Kesey.
Yeah, it was one of those deals where for Ben, he was so fast into the spot that all he had to do was make one jab step and he was by him. So good run by the running back just to get it back close to the line of scrimmage.
Will be 3rd and 3. The ball spotted at the 8.
And again, here you got to think they're going to have to go edge. Throwing the ball might be a little bit sketchy here, but
we didn't see him throw very much out of this package. Azarud will keep it, and he is going nowhere. He's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Loss of, let's call it 1.
Yeah, great job by Wade Simpson, by Garrett Sanders. You had, I think Big D was back there, as well as Braxton. So just a solid defensive job there.
Braxton Nixon Number 99 still on the field out there.
Saw him a lot last week as well.
Yeah, Q Wilson back to receive the punt. Springdale punting out of their end zone. Q takes it, makes two defenders miss. Still on his feet, back at the 20. There's a flag coming in, two flags coming in. As Q Wilson takes it all the way back, but I fear, folks, that's not gonna stand.
Those are flags of coming back.
That's why I wasn't getting very excited.
And I thought I saw we got on the. I think this is going to be a block in the back right here. Now my concern is the wide hat threw it from the end zone, and the guy right here didn't call it, and I think he had a better view. Overall, I think it's the right call. I just didn't like how late it was, and where it had to come from.
Well, it negates an impressive return from Q Wilson.
Yeah, I hate that. But that's not going to be the only time we see that this year. He did a great job, by the way. Low kick, caught it on the fly, came up and made the catch on the fly.
Wampus Cats will start with two receivers to each side. Get it out of Chris Wilson quickly on the near side, and Rome Fields blocking for him. He's going to pick up 5 yards.
Yeah, that didn't look like it didn't have anything, but O'Neal just made a quick move and got into the spot there.
Donnie looking deep for Rome Fields, wide open. Rome Fields, touchdown Wampus Cats.
Well, it was one move at the line of scrimmage, and he had a linebacker on him, and it's over with. 41 knew it at about the 20 at the 20-yard line. It was over.
You just saw him stop. Yep. A route by Rome Fields. 19-0. Conway on top as Adrian Mejia comes on for the extra point. This one is not blocked, and this one is good. So 20-0, Conway on top. 9 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Back with more after this break on Conway Corp.
From day one, Centennial has been there for the people of Conway, the people that teach us, protect us, guide us, and work to make Conway better every day. That's why we've donated over $5 million to local organizations and causes, and we have the same commitment to serving you for life's milestones and everyday moments. Centennial Bank, proud to call Conway and Faulkner County home.
Back live in Springdale, it has been all Wampus Cats here. As Rome Fields, it was a 35-yard strike from Donovan Omalo. He's got the stats in from Scott Stats Taylor, watching back home. Appreciate him. So 35-yard strike to Rome Fields, and it was, he made all kinds of open.
He made the move at the line of scrimmage. They were set up in kind of doubles. They were not stacked, but doubles. And as soon as Rome made his first move, it put the linebacker on him. And he literally, he didn't even go. He went right by him, and it was an easy pitch and catch at that point.
180 yards of offense already here in the first quarter for your Wampus Cats, and Adrian Mejia puts that one in the end zone.
He throttled that one. The first one was kind of a pop-up to the 10. That one was well done.
More emphatic, for sure.
Yeah, he's got the leg. Listen, he's got the leg. When he hits it, it goes. Looking to see some changes out there. You've got Ty Faison is out there. I think that's one of the main changes.
Yep, Ty Faison for sure. Z
Blakely's
out there. And that's Drew Canterbury out there as well.
And Tice Carr.
So not a lot of new names here.
And all these guys can play, by the way.
This. Oh yeah, they were all playing last week. I think Coach said they had 20 players get in. Azarud was able to handle that snap somehow.
Oh my gosh!
Still got a few positive yards out of it. I don't know how that happened.
It's a great athletic play by that guy. He almost got it stripped. Drew Canterbury had his hand on the ball and almost came out, but that allowed him to get 5. All right.
That's going to do it for quarter number 1. All Conway. Good look at the student section there. 20-0 after 1. Back with more after this break here on Conway Corp.
When you choose First Security, banking is just the beginning. Here, we take care of each other, making the community we all share even stronger, so people in Arkansas can build a life, buy a home, run a business, and more. Strength in numbers and neighbors. It's another way First Security helps Arkansas bank better. And it's why you should call on us today. First Security, bank better.
Back live here in Springdale, week number 2, game number 2 for your Wampus Cats, 1-0 on the year, and the number 2 ranked team in the state of Arkansas.
Yes, we listen, as it should be. Out of last year's season, we lost to Fayetteville and Benton and Bryant, and that was it. That's the 2 teams we lost to. This team was poised for this kind of run, man. We are looking the part right now.
2nd and 4 as we come back here for Springdale. Azaru going to hand it off to Sparks. Sparks bouncing it out to the right. He's got that speed. He can do that as he was chased down by Wade Simpson.
I think this is one of the best athletes they've got, and I know he hasn't had a lot of carries, but he definitely can do some things with the ball. We definitely got held there, and I'm gonna call it the way I see it, but no, we did, and he actually even threw his hands up after he held, but oh well. Gio Almaraz was holding his hands up. I didn't do it.
Well, he maybe he didn't.
No, he did.
1st and 10 now at the 34. They fake it to Sparks and do a little pitch to Cortez, coming around on the sweep. And he's got a gain of, let's call it 7 on 1st down.
Yeah, they put him in motion. You could see it from here that they were it was set up to be done. They basically fronted Wade Simpson out here on the edge, and they were able to get quite a bit of yardage there. So this brings up what, 2nd and 6?
2nd and 3.
2nd and 3, oh.
Ball at the 41.
Yeah, got more than I thought out of that.
Bulldogs, a leisurely pace here.
Yeah, they're not hurried.
Perez in the backfield behind Azarud. And they'll give it to Perez right up the middle off that right tackle. Jacoby Wade stepping up and taking on the tackle.
Ty Faison on the backside, good run, right up the gut. And, it was very quick to the hole and got to the 2nd level very quickly. So it was that was a snap game.
You see Tyce Carr in the bottom left corner of the screen. Well, we did see him there.
Boogie's brother.
Boogie's brother is a sophomore playing some corner. A lot of sophomores playing in that corner spot. R.J. Chapman, Tyce Carr, yeah. Trez Hammond. I don't know if we've seen Trez out on the field yet.
Not tonight. Oops.
Wow, nice bounce out move, but hot pursuit. He's going to bring it back the other way, and there's Preston Prock. He's nowhere to go because Preston's there.
So you got to be very careful on defense, and Drew did a great job there. He missed the tackle on the first run of it, but he maintained his position, and he got his 2nd chance. So.
He got his 2nd chance. Manuel, man, he is something out there.
Yeah,
he tried to turn the field 2 different times, and Preston Prock was waiting on the first turn, and so he had to turn it again.
Yeah, but the speed of our defense is something that we're going to lean on. We're not the biggest defense in the world, but we're very fast. Now, we've been challenged on the edges tonight. We're going to have to clean that up, but we are at least fast to the ball.
Big loss makes it 2nd and 19 as Tate goes in motion. Azaru looking to pass Ben Chandler in hot pursuit. Tried to get the screen over the middle, and Garrett Sanders was right there to let Tate know about it.
Yeah, that's big man on big man there, and Garrett wins the battle there. That's an interesting tight end screen. They let Ben Chandler go a little too fast, and so Ben made threw the timing off of the screen, and so it just didn't really go anywhere. But that's a big guy trying to catch a screen, by the way.
Yeah. Well, so I was talking with their play-by-play guy before the game. Zach Arns has been great helping us out with information about Springdale, and he said Tate's their starting center in basketball, so you can kind of see that size out there. 3rd and 19, Azarud looking deep. But really, he had a guy kind of out there in Cortez, but he threw it way, way deep.
I'm going to call you on that. Now, that was not – actually, I think is that Jonah? Cecil, I think it is. Can't tell the numbers. Sideways.
Yeah, that's
Jonah.
Cecil.
Yeah, and the reason why is that he was out there and it looked like he was in space, but he was using the boundary as one defender, and he was coming in off the other side. Really, there was no place for that ball, and that's the reason why I think that they threw it into the boundary.
Cortez holding on to that a little bit longer before he gets the punt off. Doesn't seem like they want to kick it to Q Wilson this time.
Yeah, not this time.
Wampus Cats will take over at the 20. Let's go ahead and try and look at these offensive starters.
Donovan Amala, quarterback.
Cody Carr, running back. Ron Good, wide receiver. Clay Fisher, receiver. My name's Chris Manuel. I play wide receiver.
Jackson Anderson, receiver.
Aaron Smith, left tackle.
Q Whitehead, left guard.
Cole Smith, center. Nathan Berry, right guard. Cole Williams, right tackle.
Donnie gets it out to Clay Fisher on first down. He'll take it down near the 40.
Wow. You know, Clay didn't have any catches last week. I'm not sure if he had like 1 or 2 targets made. He's looking really good so far.
Well, I think that's number 3 already on the night for him. This time they look out for Rome Fields in the flats. Rome almost broke through those defenders. Yeah, we would have had a lot of wide open space after that.
Well, Zamarian Manuel was one of the guys out there, and so that, you know, I can see how that got closed down. But yeah, he was just about to slow it.
Trips to the right. They give it to Boogie. Boogie, wow. Making a lot of people look silly as he picks up the first down. They'll spot his forward progress at the 43.
I mean, he stops and starts so fast, it's frustrating to defense to see that happen.
1st and 10, they'll give it to Boogie again. On that left side, bouncing it out past the 30, inside the 25 for another first down.
Yeah, I mean, that one was he just found space and was making whatever he could out of it. Great job there by Zamarian Manuel. Again, on the edge, he had to clean that up, or that's 6.
Ball spotted at the 22, empty backfield for Donnie. Over the middle, found Lala Smith. Lala stringing it out inside the 10, still on his feet, reaches in. Touchdown, Wampus Cats!
That's a guy looking for the goal line. He did a drag route across the middle, got onto a linebacker, and when he found space, he was looking for the end zone, was not going to be denied. What a great stretch right at the goal line.
2nd touchdown on the year. First receiving touchdown for Lala Smith.
And he's such, and Coach Kelly talked about it in the first year, just can catch the ball in the backfield so well. And again, a great strong move at the line.
Extra point is up and good, 27-0. Conway leads, 7:51 to play here in quarter number 2. Back with more after 30 seconds here on Conway Corp.
Hi, I'm Kate McConnell, member of the Smith Ford family. Come to Smith Ford and get any Ford vehicle designed by you and built for you. Our experienced staff can help you custom order an F-150, Bronco Sport, or the all-new Ford Maverick. Smith Ford, providing affordable Fords for over 100 years.
Come experience Smith Ford's family customer service in Conway, exit 127 off I-40.
Live tonight in Springdale, Arkansas, longest road trip of the year, or at least of the regular season. I'm just going to say of the year because I'm really hoping that the way things are looking for this Conway team, and I hope we don't have to travel up here again.
I love this part of the state, but for football, for Conway High School football, I'd be pleased, tickled pink to be in Conway or in Central Arkansas the remainder of the year.
Especially on Black Friday, that would be really nice.
Yeah.
Well, we're a long way away from that, but it's hard not to look forward with just how good this team has been. Tajon Sparks hauls that in around the 1. RJ Chapman playing the boundary well, and
Colin Goodman.
Special teams showing up again, playing well here tonight. Had the one blocked PAT, but you were still thinking that maybe we didn't have enough players out on that.
I'll have to go back and count, but I thought it looked. I was trying to count it. I kept counting 10. Maybe there was 11 we just missed, but But listen, a great job right there by Goodman, and it was also was that Tice Carr or was that RJ?
I think it was Chapman.
RJ
down here.
Great job there because he had got to the boundary and he didn't have a chance to cut it up. So really nicely done.
Z. Blakely Down at defensive end for your Wampus Cats. Malik Williams in at tackle as well, and nothing going here on first down for Springdale.
Yeah, just a whole bunch of Wampus Cats in that one. They made the contact right at the line of scrimmage. You had linebackers involved. You had both ends involved. So it was just a team effort on that stop. Really nicely done, just a gain of 1. Trying to see if we got any newer faces out there.
We expect to go deep into the roster.
I think that's John Carter Kraft out here on the other safety. Yeah,
I think you're right. 2nd and 9, Azarud looking over the middle. He found, it wasn't Sparks, that was Reyna.
Yeah, and that was a great catch. Found him in the open spot right behind the linebackers in front of the safeties. And, I mean, really high pointed the ball, made a great catch there. That's good timing on Springdale's part.
Yeah, you're right, Tim. It is John Carter Kraft back at safety alongside Hudson Wallace. 1st and 10 at the 36 for Springdale. Azarud gives it to Sparks, and
Blakely.
No, I think that was Malik Williams.
Is that Malik Williams, 95? Wow. Yeah.
Speeding in there.
Shot the gap. As fast as he got there, I thought it was our end just because there was nobody blocking him. But, boy, what a great split by Malik Williams.
Malik is senior. Backing up DeMarkel McKenzie. We're seeing so many folks rotate in on this defensive line. Braxton Nixon out there as well on this play. Here comes the pressure. Azarud puts the ball on the ground. I think Conway jumped on it, or no?
Yeah, he got back on it. It
Azarud
literally landed back in his lap. Boy, but I mean, the pressure there was unbelievable. He had no place to go.
Coming from that left side.
And he fell right back on top of it. Great job.
We'll make it 3rd and 17. So two straight possessions now that Springdale's been going backwards.
Well, and I mean, our reserves, our defensive coaches and our head coach talks about our defensive line at 2-3 deep at least. Man, they're getting fast to the ball.
Play clock getting perilously low for Springdale. They do get it off right at the 1. Here comes Wade Simpson and Z Blakely on the other side.
Wade Simpson from one side. I mean, you literally get it from both sides now. There's no chance to make a decision. Just try to tuck it. Don't lose the ball. That's all he's trying to do there.
And we'll bring on the punt team.
That is so fast to the quarterback. I mean, we are. And it's not like it's a blitz. I mean, it's literally just shoot a gap, do your job, and get to the quarterback.
4:25 and ticking away here in the first half. Cortez under pressure does get the kick off. Q Wilson will let it bounce down. It starts to move back Conway way. It'll be down at the 34. Cortez looking a little dangerous out there for a second.
Yeah,
but,
I mean,
Conway had it well covered out there.
Yeah, there's a lot of space, but he had so far to go. I mean, it was a mile to go, and he's done that with every punt. He's kind of a rugby kicker, so he's looking for that open space out there. And if you don't cover him, he'll take off. He's a good athlete. He'll make it tough on you, but really good job by our special teams there.
Jackson Anderson near side, trips to the left. They'll option it out to Boogie Carr. And nowhere to go there as the Springdale defense did a good job containing.
That's the first time we've seen that play this year, and it looked like it might have a gap there, but really Springdale did a great job of stringing it out and had every gap filled. Boogie had nowhere to go but the sidelines.
Jaden Hughes in the slot near side for your Wampus Cats. 2nd and 11. Fake it, get it out to Rome Fields on the quick slant. He picked up a lot back there on that play.
That was a great catch by Rome. The ball was a little bit behind him, but again, right behind the linebackers in front of the safeties. Just a good pitch and catch.
Makes it 3rd and 2. Donnie coming back near side. He's going to keep it. He'll pick up the first down. Gets down near the 40.
Yeah, and
you were wanting him to look back to Boogie, huh?
Yeah, well, no, to Rome. Rome was absolutely, there was nobody on him. But at that point, he'd already made his decision point and had decided to run the ball. So great job by Donnie.
Chris O'Neill, Rome Fields out on the far side. Donnie looking over the middle for Jackson Anderson. And Jackson going to beat him to the corner. He does. Touchdown, Wampus Cats.
Wow. Great job of making the catch. The ball was a little bit low, got his hands down low, kept it in stride. That's one of those kind of throws that you can get off balance a little bit, and, man, just made it to the pylon.
So no catches a week ago. 2 catches here tonight for Jackson Anderson, including the 40-yard touchdown from Donovan Omalo.
Dude, I love that deep ball right there. That's such a great route, and I've been waiting to see that, especially out of Jackson Anderson.
They're going to keep the offense out on the field. They're going to try and go for 2 and get to 35 here. They fake the pitch to Lala Smith, and then he finds Jackson Anderson in the back of the end zone. Successfully converts the 2-point conversion. It is 35-0 with 3:17 to play here in the first half. Back with more after this break on Conway Corp.
We so often anecdotally get from our customers, hey, we've come to your store and it just feels different. And they really have a hard time explaining why that is, what that is, how they feel that way. But I think our customers need to come experience for themselves and understand why Caldwell Cares means something here and why it feels different here and why we're here to help you buy a car, not to sell you a car. And that's kind of our approach.
Come back, we'll take a look at this replay here, the 40-yard strike to Jackson Anderson. Then it was just a foot race to that corner.
Well, and again, he had to catch it on his hip, and that's it's one thing to make the catch in stride at your hip with a guy trailing you, but then to not cause you some sort of problem with your momentum, that throws everything off. And he did a great job keeping his balance and making it to the pylon.
Here's a stat line for you. Donnie, 11 for 12. For 221 and 3 touchdowns.
Okay, that's a night.
Deep kick to Reyna. He will be able to return it. Colin Goodman stripped it. The Wampus Cats get it again.
They do.
Who fell on that? Did Colin get it himself?
I think Colin stripped.
And got it.
And got it. Unbelievable. What a great play.
Well, we've been talking. We talked about him several times last week on special teams. Colin Goodman, a senior defensive back. Man, he's made an impact here, and 35-0, and here you go, Conway with the ball again.
Yeah, right back to the doorstep, and this was, you know, if you're a Springdale fan, it was kind of the fear is if this thing began to go poorly and start to snowball, it would just continue to go, and right now that's kind of what we're seeing.
They'll start this possession with Lala Smith in the backfield. They will give it to Lala, kind of a little delayed handoff there.
I think that was a mix-up of kind of where he expected him to be. The handoff looked a little bit weird. That, to me, looked like it was just a little bit of a missed assignment.
They're going to say loss of 1. It'll be 2nd and 11.
The longest we'll take for a snap is because we have an equipment issue.
So Dalen Moten, Jaden Hughes near side. Donnie looking out to the left, going deep for Marion Pace. He caught it. They're going to say he was out of it. That was impressive enough, though.
Man,
wow.
What a catch by OP. Oh, my gosh.
I've been waiting for them to target him.
Big guy. What does he run, 6'3", 6'4", somewhere thereabouts. Good range-looking receiver. Was hurt last year. What we got here? Oh, we tried to go early?
Well,
wow.
I think I saw Q Whiteside come off.
Okay. Yeah.
I think that's James Neal Jr. in there at left guard.
So we're going to see, we might see a little bit of this. When you start subbing some guys in, the timing gets a little bit weird, and we're very much a timing-paced team. Shriver out on the slot.
Give it. No, Donnie will keep it. Going out to his left, just going to step up and then give himself up right around the 16.
Yeah, definitely don't want to get him in a spot where he's going to get hurt. So good job of just getting down there. And now we bring on the field goal unit.
Yeah, so this will be set up at the 23. It'll be a 33-yard attempt for Adrian Mejia. Adrian hit his longest last week was from 32. Good snap. Let's block that. Sparks.
Got to get on it.
Yeah, got to get over there and get back there as they can return that one. And it will be returned. Like the Wampus Cats just weren't mentally prepared for what to do in that scenario there.
Wow. It's the same guy. So that's going to be a halftime adjustment right there. They don't can hardly see Coach Pimple on the side of it.
Well, it's the first field goal blocked, only field goal we've attempted so far, but second blocked kick for Springdale. And like you said, it's the same guy.
Same spot, same guy. And it wasn't even really close, to be honest with you. I mean, he blocked it solidly. It wasn't like he got a hand on it. He blocked it pretty full on.
Conway struggling to get on the field. 147 here. The flags on the far side. Well, flags on each side here. Is
offside.
Conway just
a little discombobulated right here towards the end of the half.
147 to play. Springdale finally getting on the board here in the first half with the blocked field goal. Returned all the way back for a touchdown. Extra point is good, 35-7. 147 to go here in the first half. We'll be back after this break on Conway Corp.
Conway Regional has been the community's hospital for 100 years, providing high-quality, compassionate care. As our community continues to grow, we're growing alongside you to ensure all your healthcare needs are met right here in Conway. When your family needs emergency care, you can trust our board-certified providers to provide you with the comprehensive care you deserve when you need it most. When you're facing an emergency, trust the care you'll find down the hallway, not down the highway. At Conway Regional, we're not just growing, we're growing together.
Live up in Northwest Arkansas tonight, Wampus Cats. They were up 35-0, and then coming in for a field goal attempt, 33-yard attempt for Adrian Mejia, and it was blocked. He already had a extra point blocked in the first quarter. This one blocked again by Tajon Sparks. And I didn't see who picked it up and returned it, but Springdale getting on the board with special teams.
It could have been him. I'd have to go back and take a look, but we really didn't have it. Once it was blocked, it blocked so far to the boundary. The only people there were Springdale, but so we couldn't even make a play on stopping them. They were just it was just a sprint to the end zone. So that is not how we wanted to go into the half. And I mean, a very coachable time here. We've got to clean up that piece of our special teams, but that's too bad there.
Kevin Tate kicking it short, but it's going to go out of bounds. So it's going to set up really good field position here for your Wampus Cats. 1:47 to play here in the first half, and plenty of time for them to get on the board again.
Yeah, there's no 147 with all three timeouts is really not a deal, but again, I mean, now you got to refocus. I mean, you've had something you're just cruising right along, and then all of a sudden special teams has a letdown, and now you've got got it back to a 28-point ball game. So, and you were thinking, hey, we're going to be having the running clock in the second half, and
you definitely want to come out looking sharp here.
Yeah. Well, because Springdale's got the momentum right now.
They will spot the ball at the 36. They're going to put it on the near side hash. Jaden Hughes, Jackson Anderson near side. Jackson Anderson has had a big night tonight. Chris O'Neill and Jack Shriver out on the far side. Boogie Carr in the backfield with Donnie Omalo. Donnie passing on first down. Looking deep for Chris O'Neill. Chris O'Neill has plenty of steps. And just like that, Wampus Cats back out in front. By 35 or 34 for now.
Yeah.
Pending the kick. I can't take the kick for granted, apparently, tonight.
Wow. Chris O'Neill, and that's their number one defender. That was Davion Sparks, and he just burned him. I mean, it was just a great route. And once he got the open space, good ball. He threw it up to where Chris could run it under it, and all the things clicked there. That's a great response. That's taking the momentum away. Everything good there.
There was a 66-yard touchdown pass from Donnie Omalo to Chris O'Neill. Blocking good all around there. PAT is good. 42-7. What'd that take, Tim?
That
2 seconds?
It seemed like we had 10 seconds.
10 seconds. Okay.
10 seconds.
Well, we're going to take 30 seconds here, and then we'll be back.
When you're missing Nana's famous dressing, we'll help you make it. When you unwrap years of homemade ornaments, we'll put them in the spotlight. And when it's time to count down that glittery ball, we'll be celebrating too. The holidays are full of powerful moments. We're so glad to share them with you. Conway Corp. Always on.
Whew, Tim, it has been a night so far for Donovan Omalo. 12 of 14, 285 yards and 4 touchdowns, including it was a 64-yard pass to Chris O'Neill and a 40-yard pass to Jackson Anderson. And he also had that 22-yard pass to Lala Smith. And don't forget, all the way back in the first quarter, 35 yards to Rome Field.
I mean, it's just been one amazing play after another. I mean, the only thing that you can really talk about and go, well, all right, so we got some things to focus on, literally, is cleaning up the edge rush on our special teams. And it was the same guy, same spot, and they really weren't even close. And here's what I know. I know this coaching staff pretty well. They may be lining up in wherever the spot they've got for a locker room, and lining that up and drawing it up on the board and saying, here's what's not going to happen. And by the way, we got it blocked up pretty well there. Great kick by Adrian just to get us back to that 35-point margin.
Chris O'Neill, 3 catches, 117 yards, and the 1 touchdown.
New quarterback.
New quarterback in for Springdale. Hands off to Perez and eaten up quickly. And this defensive line has been playing fast and strong tonight. I think that was Porter Udi.
Yeah, it's Marcus Shepard for them at quarterback. And, there was beyond Azarud, there was they really weren't sure who was going to play that. So
I mean, the word we heard was that there really wasn't this would technically be the 3rd string because their starting quarterback is out with concussion
from last week.
So Azarud is the backup, and so in is number 16,
Marcus Shepard, and he's a 10th grader. Good way to get your feet wet.
We'll hand it off here, and some space over there on the right side as he gets near a first down. That was David Williams.
Yeah, we had him.
He did get the first down.
Yeah, we had a good play at him, I thought, and it just kind of fell apart there. I'm trying to read some of these numbers. You got Kesey out there. So Kesey
Keldon Thomas.
Braxton Nixon.
And I think it's Porter Udi.
And is that Udi on this
side?
Yeah,
on this side, on this
Yeah, but then
inside.
you got, is that Talent, number 40?
Yep, Ryan Talent, Jr.
That linebacker.
And Ty Faison in the middle. Flags coming in.
Looked like they moved a little bit there.
Will be a false start against Springdale. So 21 seconds on the clock, and they've have all their timeouts, but obviously not in any rush to try and get downfield here.
Yeah, no. So you've got several players in here that have been playing already. So you still got Drew Canterbury out there. You've got Ty Faison in the middle.
Jacoby Wade, Jonas Cecil back in the secondary. So 1st and 15, and they could have just let the clock go all the way out as that was bobbled from Shepard to Williams, and Williams going to run it out. That's going to do it here for the first half. It was a big half for your Conway Wampus Cats, 42-7. After the first half, it will be a running clock. the entire second half. We'll hope to see a lot of fresh names and faces, and we're
trying
to
get all the names right.
We will do our best to get that all.
You got your work cut out for you tonight, Levi.
Get that all lined out for you. We'll be back with the Conway Regional Health System halftime show after this break on Conway Corp.
Conway Regional has been the community's hospital for 100 years, providing high-quality, compassionate care. As our community continues to grow, we're growing alongside you to ensure all your healthcare needs are met right here in Conway. When your family needs emergency care, you can trust our board-certified providers to provide you with the comprehensive care you deserve when you need it most. When you're facing an emergency, trust the care you'll find down the hallway, not down the highway. At Conway Regional, we're not just growing, we're growing together.
Back live in Springdale, Arkansas, and been a big first half for your Conway offense and the defense too. Defense got one turnover. Special teams forced a turnover as well. 2 fumbles recovered tonight.
Defense got a touchdown.
First turnover forced by your defense of the year, and Jonah Cecil scooped that sucker up and took it back for a touchdown. Almost had a punt return for a touchdown. That got called back.
Quasi block in the back. Probably right.
I mean, really, the only issue has been some trouble blocking on the field goal and PAT team.
Well, and it led to straightaways to 7 points. I mean, it's a direct. I mean, we've stopped them on their offensive side. They have not been able to stop us defensively. The only crack has been that one play that they made, and actually it cost us 8 points when you consider that we didn't get an extra point there at the end of a touchdown. So they'll clean that up. Our guys, our coaching staff, very focused on things that go wrong in the first half. They're very good about in-game changes. Locker room, you'll see a different team.
We are at halftime. It is 42-7. Conway on top. It will be a running clock in the second half, so pretty quick second half. But we expect to see a lot of new names and faces on the field for your Wampus Cats. We're going to try and get all that information relayed to you. But we are at halftime, and we'll have a look back at first half stats and get you ready for the second half. But first, it's the Conway Regional Health System halftime show.
Donovan Amala, quarterback.
Boogie Carr, running back. Ron Good, wide receiver. Clay Fisher, receiver. My name's Chris Now. I play wide receiver.
Jackson Anderson, receiver.
Aaron Smith, left tackle.
Q Whitehead, left guard.
Cole Smith, center. Nathan Berry, right guard.
Cole Williams, right tackle.
I'm Dr. Dawn Hughes. I'm a maternal fetal medicine specialist, and I started practice in 2015. I really fell in love with maternal fetal medicine kind of as a process as I went through my medical education. I knew early on that I wanted to specialize in women's health care, and then maternal fetal medicine was a great fit. I love obstetrics. I don't think there's anything more interesting than the pathophysiology of pregnancy. And then with maternal fetal medicine, you really have this unique common goal with your patients in that everybody wants the same outcome. We all want a healthy mom, we all want a healthy baby. So I have the pleasure of taking care of really highly motivated patients, and that makes my job so amazing. So we see all types of patients here in clinic. We really think about dividing them into 2 groups that come to see us. The first is moms who come to us that might have a medical condition that places their pregnancy at more high risk. So a mom who has diabetes, chronic hypertension, lupus, or a mom who is advanced maternal age or over the age of 35. And then we have patients that are referred to us because their baby might need a little special attention. And so babies that might be growth restricted or patients that are at increased risk of having a genetic or a structural abnormality. I think that the times that we're really able to make the biggest difference is with our patients who come to us after having a poor pregnancy outcome. So those patients who have lost a baby for a number of reasons. And when they come to us, our goal is always to really kind of dig in, figure out what happened, why we had that poor outcome, and what we can do differently this time around to prevent that same thing from happening. And so it's always our best, situations where we're able to identify whether that patient might need a cerclage or medication nutrition changes or lifestyle changes that can lead to a better outcome. And it's always the best day around here when we're able to watch a healthy mom go home with a healthy baby. I love almost all of my interactions with women simply because I think that women are just the toughest breed around. It's such a joy to take care of them. But I think that my favorite piece of my interaction is really the education that I get to do with these patients. I think that pregnancy can be such an overwhelming time, especially in a situation where the pregnancy is more high risk than the mom anticipated. And so getting to have the time to sit down and spend with the patient to really delve into why this pregnancy is high risk and how we're going to keep her and her baby safe is the best part of my day. I think what we're able to offer here at Conway Regional is so unique, and I think that it really mirrors the city itself. What we're able to do here is offer the best care. We have all the expertise needed, but at the same time, what we don't lose here is still that small town feel. So you're able to come here, have all the bells and whistles of just the expert medical care, but at the same time, you get a very individualized care plan with a team that really gets to know you. I am so proud of my team that I was able to create here at Conway Regional. I work very closely with my nurse practitioners, Stacy Johnson, and then I have two of the most experienced perinatal sonographers in the state, Jill Sullivan and Kristen Thompson. Between all of us, we have so much fun, but we also have a very common goal, and that's that we dearly love our patients and want to provide them with the best experience. We're lucky that most of our patients get to come see us multiple times, so we are able to create a close bond with our patients, and they get to know us very well.
Now home entertainment can get out of the house. Introducing Conway Corp TV, streaming entertainment with cloud DVR, live sports, local TV, and much more. It's picked for rom-coms on the couch, adventures in the backyard, and binging over lunch. So whether you're in your bedroom, on your phone, or on the go, it all feels like home. Conway Corp TV, available only from Conway Corp.
Over the past few seasons, the Conway Wampus Cat offense has been spoiled with multiple All-State caliber wide receivers. With the graduation of both Manny Smith and Wes Boudreaux, Conway's top two leading receivers from last year, an opportunity arises for a new face to take over as the Cats' top target. All signs so far point to this being junior receiver Chris O'Neal. As a sophomore, O'Neal showed flashes of talent and limited snaps at receiver, and in the return game, O'Neal notched a game-changing kick return touchdown in the Cats' win over Cabot. The flashes he showed as a sophomore, combined with a stellar 7-on-7 season in the summer, slotted O'Neal as the prime target to become the Conway's next dynamic playmaker. While it was primarily his speed that stood out during limited playing time last season, O'Neal has developed into a complete wide receiver as a junior. O'Neal possesses sharp route running along with great physicality when going up for the ball. In Week 1 versus Bentonville, O'Neal caught 4 passes for 85 yards and a touchdown in the Wampus Cats win. O'Neal said the crowd played a huge factor in Conway's win Friday night.
I'll say they helped by cheering loud and just showing up, showing support, because, probably if nobody, not that many people showed up, probably would have been down way more in our head and stuff in the beginning when we was losing. But we still had our student section there to help us and build us up.
As the season moves on, O'Neal will only continue to become a bigger threat as the Wampus Cats look to take the next step in the 7A.
Conway Regional has been the community's hospital for 100 years, providing high-quality, compassionate care. As our community continues to grow, we're growing alongside you to ensure all your healthcare needs are met right here in Conway. When your family needs emergency care, you can trust our board-certified providers to provide you with the comprehensive care you deserve when you need it most. When you're facing an emergency, trust the care you'll find down the hallway, not down the highway. At Conway Regional, we're not just growing, we're growing together.
Welcome back. The Conway Regional Health System pregame show continues now. It's time for our senior spotlight. And this week, it's senior offensive lineman Aaron Smith. Big Aaron Smith, as we've all gotten to know Aaron as he takes up a lot of space there at the left tackle spot. So Aaron, thank you for being with us. And first of all, tell us about how football became what it became for you. Did you play as a kid? As you got bigger, was it like, probably ought to try out some football? What's your story with the sport?
Well, I was always tall, and my brother played football, so I was always at his practices, always watching him play, and I didn't really think I was gonna play until like the last year before, I guess it was third grade, and then his coach was like, "Hey, you should try out," and went to Optimist. He got me. We got the same team as my brother. He was already gone, but I mean, I played and I loved it, so been playing since.
All right, Aaron. Hey, you moved to left tackle last year, and it's just really paid off for this offense. And you've just been so successful. We saw it last week against Bentonville. What is it about that position that you think your skill sets fit so well into?
I mean, I'm long, and just the main part of that position is just like spreading out the defense, keeping them wide, keeping them off Donnie. So I mean, that I can do that easily on that position, and it's natural. I've been playing the end. I've been playing tackle and D end my whole life. So now that I'm just focusing on tackle, it's helping me really, really hone in on those skills. And yeah.
So this is your last year of football at this level. Obviously, you're going to be playing at the next level, and we're excited for you there. But this year is about not only about playing football, but it's about leadership and leaving some things to learn for the folks that are behind you. Tell us a little bit about the way your approach is to leadership and what you plan to try to leave behind.
I try to have a positive impact on everyone through practice. Like practices, they're not easy. The sophomores, they're just getting into it. They're dying on the sideline because they're having to do a lot more than us. They're having to scout, be our scouts, they're having to do a lot. And I remember when I was like that, I just had some leaders back then, Logan Wilmington, who would always leave a really positive impact on me. And yeah, I just try to be that smiling face during practice. So making jokes and stuff.
So that's during practice, but what is it like pregame? Is it a joking environment in the locker room? How, talk us through that. And do you have any rituals, any music? What gets you in the mindset before you run on the field?
Before the game, it's we joke a lot, but coming up to that first hour, usually I just put in some music and I get like one of those med balls and I just start punching it. And not like to wear myself out, but just to get in that mindset and yeah, just kind of focus in, be by myself. I don't really like to talk to people before the game. So,
well, whatever you're doing, keep doing it because it's definitely working.
Yeah,
it's been fun to watch you play, Aaron. Good luck, not only this year but in the recruiting process and beyond. We'll be watching. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Conway Regional has been the community's hospital for 100 years. Providing high-quality, compassionate care. As our community continues to grow, we're growing alongside you to ensure all of your healthcare needs are met right here in Conway. When your family needs emergency care, you can trust our board-certified providers to provide you with the comprehensive care you deserve when you need it most. So when you're facing an emergency, trust the care you'll find down the hallway, not down the highway. At Conway Regional, we are not just growing, we're growing together.
Mary Michael, you say you have played golf for about 4 years. You've made a lot of progress in that 4 years. Do you have any secrets to your success?
Not really. Just put in a lot of time, a lot of practice, and gotten a little lucky, just trying to accomplish whatever I can.
You say a little time and a little practice. How much golf do you play?
Weather permitting, usually play about every day. I mean, every day for as long as I can, so till it gets dark.
So if you're playing every day, and right now you're playing after school, how many holes will you play?
It depends on the day. Some days, I mean, and what friends do and everything. It depends. 9 holes, 18. Sometimes you don't play at all. Sometimes you just practice, so it just depends.
And after school is out in the summer, how many holes will you play in a day?
When summer runs around, it's just like, it's all tournaments, so it's the days that you're here, it's just a little practice, and that's about it. Because, like in June, I'm playing like 4 tournaments in June, 4 weeks in June. I mean, it's not a lot of time to play. So.
Okay, but the tournaments you're playing this summer, for the most part, they're not in Arkansas. You're taking kind of a step up this year. What do you hope to accomplish?
Just like always, want to win. Want to win as much as possible. Get good, solid finishes. If you can't win, just make progress in every single one.
And how much progress do you feel like you have made in the past year, let's say?
I don't know. It just depends. From a swing standpoint, I feel like my swing's a lot more solid. It can hold up under pressure and everything. And I'm turning in better finishes. I guess that's just kind of a result of hard work, maybe. I'm not real sure. So.
Okay, and so what are some of the tournaments or some of the places that you'll be going this summer?
Memphis, a couple places in Texas. I think we're going to San Antonio, Dallas, Houston. Maybe, it depends on what I qualify for. Could go to Washington, North Carolina. Just hopefully places drivable. Anything that's inside about 14 hours, we'll probably visit. So.
And then not just for this summer, but long term. What are your goals relating to golf?
You want to play college golf. That's what you want to. You want to get a scholarship, play college golf. Hopefully, play for a good team, try and win a national title, and go on from there. If I'm that lucky and that fortunate, and can get to continue to play after college, that would be great.
Well, in the women's game, some players who have become very good and hadn't even taken the college route. You take Morgan Pressel, who won a major. She's only 18. What does it take to achieve that?
Hard work, a lot of dedication, a lot of skill, and they just took that leap. They probably decided when they were about my age that they weren't going to go to college, that they were going to go straight to the tour and do that, play that, and it's worked out for them. But it hasn't worked out for a lot of people, so.
That's right. You rarely hear about the ones who don't make it. Exactly. What drew you to golf in the first place?
The girls I looked up to when I was younger, they all played basketball, softball, ran track, played golf, and I wanted to do what they wanted to do. Dad left every Saturday, Sunday morning to go play, wanted to spend time with him. We live right across from the golf course, so combination of those.
Well, I've seen your dad play golf, and quite frankly, you play better than he does. So what is it? Is there a gene pool in there somewhere, or is it just hard work?
I probably put in a little more work than he does. He'd be a really good player if he put a little more time in. He plays the month of May for the Harley out here, and that's about it. So.
And you mentioned some of these other sports, basketball, soccer, and all. Are you still doing any of those, or is it all golf all the time now?
It's all golf all the time right now. I played basketball every year until this year, and just put that away to try and focus on golf because that's what I want to do. That's what my goals all pertain to golf. So, no need for anything else to get in the way of it.
We talked a little bit about Morgan Pressel. Are there any particular golfers that you like to watch or you see as a role model or a swing model or anything else relating to the game?
Not any as a swing model, just because I don't really, not a big swing looker, just kind of whatever gets it done. Jim Furyk, for example. I do on the women's side. I like Morgan Pressel. I like her attitude. I like that fieriness in her that she just wants to. She's gonna wear it all on her sleeves. And I like Paula Creamer on the women's side. The men's side, Jeff Ogilvy won the U.S. Open. Awesome putter, chips in on 17, just great mindset. And there's a couple out there. Camilo Villegas, great short game, awesome dresser.
Great looking.
That helps. He wears Jay Lindeberg all the time, so he rocks it well.
And what parts of your game do you feel are your strengths?
I like to think of myself as a pretty good ball striker, and that I think helps me get to different levels of golf is the ball striking. I sometimes hit some errant shots, and I usually get out of trouble pretty well, knock on wood. So
does that mean your putting is not as strong, or do you want to even go that far?
Putting is definitely a weakness, but punting's all a mindset. It's not. I look at my stroke on camera and everything, and it's all right. It's not great, but it's all a mindset. And when I can get that mindset, then hopefully it'll get better.
Okay, we talked about some of the things you like about golf, and it's a game that you can play your whole life. Now, working at it hard for 4 years, are there things that you don't like about it?
like in Houston this past week, I don't like playing in bad weather. That's probably the only thing I can think about it. I can't stand bad weather, and that's about it. Everything else I really enjoy.
Transform your internet experience with Conway Corp Managed Wi-Fi, powered by Plume. Full-strength, uninterrupted Wi-Fi everywhere in your home. Multiple devices, maximum streaming and uploading. Installed by our experts for peak performance. Buffering, over. Dead spots, gone. Easy controls manage your smart devices. And advanced security keeps it all safe. It's the smarter way to Wi-Fi. Conway Corp Managed Wi-Fi. Upgrade now.
Earlier this summer, we told you about an exciting project we have underway in White County. It's called Conway Solar at Happy. And in May, ground was broken and the substation transformer arrived. Well, since then, our partners, LightSource BP and Orbital Solar, have continued the work and progress is evident. These images were taken throughout the summer, and they show how a 700-acre farm will soon be able to generate enough clean energy to power more than 21,000 homes right here in Conway. You can find out more about our solar projects at conwaycorp.com/solar. Conway Corp, always on.
Conway Regional has been the community's hospital for 100 years, providing high-quality, compassionate care. As our community continues to grow, we're growing alongside you to ensure all your healthcare needs are met right here in Conway. When your family needs emergency care, you can trust our board-certified providers to provide you with the comprehensive care you deserve when you need it most. When you're facing an emergency, trust the care you'll find down the hallway, not down the highway. At Conway Regional, we're not just growing, we're growing together.
All right, back live here in Springdale as halftime closing down. Just 2 minutes left on the clock before we kick off the second half. Wampus Cats up big 42-7. Let's go ahead and take a look at those first half stats provided by Justin King, and it's just been all Wampus Cats, Tim.
Yeah, and sometimes the stats really don't play it out. I mean, like for instance, 389 to 88. I mean, that does play it out. That's exactly what you see because the only score was a special teams play. But this offense showed very late in the half there after we gave up the special teams touchdown. One play, 64 yards. It's almost like a push-button offense at this point. Kind of, that was such a deflating moment, I know, for Springdale.
Donnie Omalo, 12 for 14 for 285 and 4 touchdowns. One to Chris O'Neill, one to Rome Fields, excuse me, one to Jackson Anderson, and one to Lala Smith. And Boogie Carr, he's had a solid night as well, 12 carries for 79 yards. And it's just been all Conway. They've pretty much been able to do whatever they needed to.
Well, and they contained Boogie at the beginning of the ballgame and actually have on several occasions stopped him at the line of scrimmage or not much there. And so not the huge numbers. He's only had a couple of breakaways, but they've done a good job of containing Boogie Carr. It's like they came in saying, you're just not going to beat us with Boogie.
About to kick off the second half. Springdale will receive to start the second half. It will be a running clock the rest of the way.
Right.
Wampus Cats up by 35 as we start the second half, which invokes the sportsmanship rule in the second half. So running clock all the rest of the way. We did want to go ahead and share an update. We did get an update on Jalen Chambers. He was injured way back in the first quarter, first drive for the Wampus Cats on a play at the goal line. And Tim, I've heard you talk to some folks during the halftime break.
Yeah, and the information is on purposefully a bit vague, but the gist of it is that he is currently they're doing some evaluations as precautionary. He's alert, he's awake, and is feeling okay. And so all the signs right now are good. But so they're just doing some precautionary things, and we are thrilled to hear it. They've got some junior high coaches actually up there with him, as well as some family, and so he's being surrounded by a lot of Wampus Cat people as well.
Yeah, Jalen Chambers, a senior, transferred in from Texas last year and made a huge impact. 8 touchdowns last year for the Wampus Cats.
Touchdown machine, that guy.
So we'll be eager to see and hear more updates, but it sounds like you said, trending in a positive direction. So glad to hear that.
Have you got your chart ready?
Well, I'm gonna have to get my chart ready and my flashlight because it's a little dark in here. But yeah, we'll start things off here. Springdale will be able to return this one. It's Tajon Sparks, and he found some space on that left side as he's gonna go out of bounds past the past the right at the 45. So nice return for Springdale as we start the second half.
Yeah, that was just one player away from being gone again, and another good way to start a drive for Springdale there in a good field position. We do see some of our regular folks starting in the second half here, but a lot of new faces as well.
I see Grayson Allen at linebacker, number 12.
Yep.
Tice Carr here on the near side at corner. Drew Canterbury in at linebacker. Malik Williams and I think Braxton Nixon in as well. Flag on the play as we start here. I did hear that the first two games for Springdale, a lot of penalties, although I don't think we've seen quite as many tonight. I think they've only two in the first half.
Yeah, not that many. And we had a big penalty that nullified a big punt return by Q Wilson. That was unfortunate on our side. But, yeah, it's been a fairly clean ball game. Not too bad.
Make it 1st and 15. We will see Marcus Shepard again in here at quarterback for Springdale. He came in late in the first half, took over for Azarud. Give the handoff to Williams and Braxton, or no, that's MJ. Malik Williams.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You'll get him, brother. Malik Williams, man, what a great pop. He's coming out real quick. I think he got a little bit more of that than he maybe wanted, but what a great stick by the line of scrimmage.
And MJ Jones checks in for him.
Yeah, that's your guy. Yeah.
That's who I was thought it was earlier.
This guy, Shepard for Springdale, has yet to even look like he's going to throw now. Will he? He might, but and this may be a formation where it's like the wing T here. Yep, here we go.
Over the middle, found a little soft spot for Reyna. Drew Canterbury making the tackle.
So we know he can throw.
We'll be short of the first down, bring up 3rd and looks like 4 here for Springdale.
Yeah, and I don't know that we'll see, unless it's just real deep in their territory, I think that anything in the middle of the field and beyond is going to be 4-down territory. Nothing really to lose here. Again, the clock is not going to be in their favor.
Shepard, high snap, gives it to Sparks. Sparks trying to bounce it out to the right. He will pick up the first down. Jacoby Wade, a few other Wampus cats in there to get the stop. So Sparks can run. We've seen that.
Yeah, he's the guy that blocked the kick and plays on defense, plays on offense. But he is super, super fast and really has taken the edge on us a couple of times here. He was the guy that almost returned the kick for a score to start the second half, and so they have gotten the edge on us a few times. They're not a big throwing team, so we won't see a lot of that. So we've got to make sure we can protect those edges.
Tristan Davis split out on the near side here. Bring Cortez in motion. Shepard will hand it off to Manuel.
Yeah, good tackle there by Drew Canterbury. Came from the offside and made a good clean tackle. That had a lot of room to go as well. They got through the interior part of the line, and once he got that, Drew had to come from the backside to get him.
Seth Fortune checking in at the Mike linebacker.
Yep.
Seth, a senior.
Still have Jacoby Wade out there. R.J. Chapman. And it looks like that's John Carter Kraft out there.
So 2nd and 1. Give it to Williams right up the middle. Wow.
No. Yeah. That was Kesey.
Is that Kesey?
Yeah,
Kesey's still in. Okay.
Yeah,
I was like, is that Kesey?
A little shutdown there. Great job by Kesey. Wow. Man. Also, I believe we've got Z is out there. Braxton maybe out there as well.
MJ Jones still in.
Yeah, and MJ was involved in that play as well. It was mostly Kesey, but that was a good play by MJ.
3rd and 1. Couldn't get it on 2nd down. Here comes Grayson Allen as Shepard going deep for Cortez. Cortez comes back, that's Reyna, comes back and hauls it in.
Yeah, that was a, he came back for the ball. The ball was basically thrown up to a spot, and you had, I believe that's RJ out there. just he got behind him and made the play. I mean, that's, you got to give credit where credit's due. It was man coverage, but yeah, good catch there.
Well, you can see this Springdale sideline coming to life. I mean, they haven't had much to get excited about tonight, but new quarterback in, and they got something positive happening. They're feeling it.
Yeah, for somebody that didn't know who was going to be backing up, that was a good one.
All right, 42-14 is the score, 7:10 to play here in the third. We'll be back after this 30-second break on Conway Corp.
When you're missing Nana's famous dressing, we'll help you make it. When you unwrap years of homemade ornaments, we'll put them in the spotlight. And when it's time to count down that glittery ball, we'll be celebrating too. The holidays are full of powerful moments. We're so glad to share them with you. Conway Corp, always on.
Live tonight in Springdale, just week 2 for your Wampus Cats, game number 2 of the year. Game number 3 for Springdale. That's why I keep saying it, because it's not always. It's week 2, but it's game 3 for several teams that played in week 0.
Oh yeah, we were one of the very few that didn't have a week 0. We just couldn't find anybody to play us.
Yeah.
And Coach Pimple really gave it a good shot, but no go. And so we're trying to play catch up a little bit.
Chris O'Neill and Q Wilson still back to receive on this kickoff return. Tate kicking it a little harder in the middle. Q Wilson going to pick it up near the 10. He's going to take it all the way back across the field, past the 30, still on his feet. Tries to cut back, still going. He's going to be wrapped up just right past the 40. So nice return for Q Wilson. Gets it to the 41.
Yeah, he's one man away from taking that to the house from one side of the field to the other. Just a great job by Q.
We got a couple Bulldogs
slow
to get up on the other side. Here, he was just he's slippery. He just seems to glide through defenders, and we saw it on that punt return. Unfortunately, it got called back.
Well, and he's one of those guys that he just seems like the football does nice things for him. I mean, he looks good with the ball.
And we will see Phil Sherry out to start this possession for your Wampus Cats. We'll hand it off to Lala Smith to start this one. I think Lala may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage there.
Yeah, they're marking him right at the line of scrimmage. Again, right. Phil Sherry, and now you got...
I still see Cole Williams, Nathan Berry out there.
Caden now.
Caden Henderson checks into the backfield. 2nd and 10. They fake it to Caden over the middle. Oh, Phil Sherry had Jack Shriver, but good timed hit from the Springdale defender.
Yeah, that was well done in the secondary, because that throw was on the money, and Shriver had it right there, but just a great play by the defense.
Moten and Hughes near side. Sherry going deep for Omarion Pace. Just let him a little too far out in front.
Yeah, he had him beat. Great route by Omarion, and just not quite enough loft on the throw for him to run underneath. But man, that's a long ball by Sherry.
It's 4th and 10. Keep the offense on the field. Of course, Phil Sherry, the quick kick specialist.
Yeah, you might see him do that. Now it really works well. I mean, because now he's the quarterback.
And there's no one back for Springdale.
Yeah,
this is exactly what you want to do here.
I think he kicks it here.
Steps back a few steps, and man, got into that. Nice kick. Dalen Moten trying to chase it down all the way inside the 5. Nice quick kick punt from Phil Sherry, and they'll spot it. It's like they'll spot it at the 4.
That was well done. That was a great punt. And we're going to see that if we ever get stopped, you're going to see Sherry come in and make that play. Now, the thing about Phil Sherry is that he is, you can see the cannon that he had. Great throw there, just needed a little bit more touch, and that's 6. But he's a great runner of the ball, very strong. He's one of those running quarterbacks that looks like a running back when he gets the ball. So I like seeing Phil Sherry back there. Big kid.
Yeah, he is big. He's taller than Donnie.
Oh yeah.
Which I didn't realize it until you just see him out there and you're like, wow, he is tall. Shepard will hand it off to Williams on this first play here. Z Blakely there, and Kesey stuck it.
Ty
Faison.
Yeah, good defense there. I mean, that's 3 players to the point of the ball, right at the line of scrimmage. He nets a 1-yard gain out of that, and it was just a solid defensive effort.
Braxton Nixon checking in on the defensive line. Got Trez Hammond out there, 21. And Tice Carr also in at corner. So 2 other sophomores playing corner.
It's exciting to see these guys play.
2nd and 9, Shepard looking out to the far side. Made a nice connection with Tristan Davis and Trez Hammond there quickly.
Yeah, nice tackle, good form tackle. He got a little bit out of that, got 7 out of that. But Trez was right there.
Well, we talked to these coaches in the preseason, and Coach Pankey, the defensive coordinator, man, he was excited about all these sophomores at corner. They didn't know at the time which one was going to be the starter. It turned out to be R.J. Chapman, but he was excited about Trez and Tice and the speed that they bring to this defense. So it's nice to see them getting some snaps. 3rd and 3, Shepard under pressure. He got it out there somehow. Kesey stuck it. Wow. Got there so fast. Forced the quick pass, and they were unable to connect. So 4th down, bring on the punt team for Springdale.
Yeah, and I know it's deep in their territory, and the game is out of hand, but the way that Cortez has run with the punt to get to a spot, you just got to make sure you cover the wide angles.
Jacoby Wade will get back for this punt. Cortez almost waited a little too long to get that punt off.
Well, and then shanked it. That's going to come back.
He was being chased. Who was that? Chasing him down. Looked like 40.
Yeah, maybe
Zach Robbins or Ryan Talent.
Ryan Talent,
might have been
on the defensive side. That's right.
Ryan Talent, a junior linebacker.
Yeah, take over at the 32.
Short field for your Wampus Cats. See number 64. That is Carson. It's either, well, I think it's Jackson McNair.
Yeah.
Sherry gets it out to Omarion Pace on the quick pass out in the flats, and Pace showing some speed.
Yeah, and so I don't know for Wampus Cat fans, if they're Springdale fans watching the broadcast, Conway, this is just the way we run our offense. We're needing to get these guys some work, so even though the game's out of hand, you're going to see us run our offense.
Sherry out to Jaden Hughes. Jack Shriver trying to block for him. He may have got back to the line there.
Yeah, no gain there.
Make it 3rd and 2.
Dalen Moten out there again, Caden Henderson.
I'll give it to Caden. He's wrapped up right at the line. Maybe got 1 yard there. It's going to be 4th and 1.
You get to see this guy in space, Caden Henderson. He is fun to watch. I mean, he's got great moves. Little guy, but man, he's shifty.
I'll give it to Caden. Is fighting for those short yards. I think he's got enough for the 1st down. It's going to be close.
Yeah, I think he got it, though. Yeah.
I believe that is Jackson McNair, the senior, in it at the right tackle spot. Quick pass out to Dalen Moten. Dalen beat one defender. He got it inside the 10. Set up 1st and goal at the 9.
Man, he didn't waste any time there. He's just split defenders, and man, for a second there, looked like he had the number.
Mason McEwen checks in at center.
Great job by Sherry waiting that out.
We'll give it to Caden again. Caden following his blockers, gets it down inside the 5, just spinning defenders off of him.
He makes his own way, but man, that was Boogie-esque. Right at about the 5-yard line, spun and got another 2 out of it. Nice job.
James Neal Jr. at the left tackle spot. High snap, give it to Caden, and wow, there's about 4 Springdale Bulldogs waiting for him there.
They've not changed out into secondary players.
And Des Davidson checks in.
22, great number.
Definitely the biggest back on the team in terms of just size. We're going to have to wait. Oh,
Yeah.
man, they're going to make me wait.
Hold on. Hold on.
Both teams coming off the field. We're 7 seconds and
by the way,
counting here.
Mason McEwen, you know relation? What his relationship is?
Yeah, it was a Nick McEwen,
Nick McEwen's
former
brother.
quarterback.
That's right.
I don't remember the year. Was that 2019 when he was?
Seems about right.
Quarterback? We'll figure it out during this break. Back with the fourth quarter after this.
Conway Regional has been the community's hospital for 100 years, providing high-quality, compassionate care. As our community continues to grow, we're growing alongside you to ensure all your healthcare needs are met right here in Conway. When your family needs emergency care, you can trust our board-certified providers to provide you with the comprehensive care you deserve when you need it most. When you're facing an emergency, trust the care you'll find down the hallway, not down the highway. At Conway Regional, we're not just growing, we're growing together.
I know you've been a believer from the get-go.
I am a believer.
You are a believer in this guy.
Just Des Davidson talk going on during the break.
He's so excited to see Des Davidson. I am too. This guy is really, I mean, again, he's not built like our other running backs. This guy's a power guy, but man, he's next level.
He's lined up to the left of Phil Sherry. They'll give it. No, they fake it to him. Oh, man.
Shriver.
Phil Sherry had Shriver over the middle. It was well contested. Just couldn't finish hauling it in. It's going to be 4th and 5. And we've got a Springdale Bulldog down on the field in the end zone.
Yeah, I think that was the guy that was covering Shriver. A little contact at the ball, and that's too bad.
So injury timeout for the Bulldogs, 11:39 to play. It's going to be 4th and goal at the 5. When we come back, we'll go ahead and take a timeout as they tend to the Bulldog on the field. Back in 30 seconds here on Conway Corp.
When you're missing Nana's famous dressing, we'll help you make it. When you unwrap years of homemade ornaments, we'll put them in the spotlight. And when it's time to count down that glittery ball, we'll be celebrating too. The holidays are full of powerful moments. We're so glad to share them with you. Conway Corp, always on.
Conway Regional has been the community's hospital for 100 years, providing high-quality, compassionate care. As our community continues to grow, we're growing alongside you to ensure all your healthcare needs are met right here in Conway. When your family needs emergency care, you can trust our board-certified providers to provide you with the comprehensive care you deserve when you need it most. When you're facing an emergency, trust the care you'll find down the hallway, not down the highway. At Conway Regional, we're not just growing, we're growing together.
We missed the 4th down play as we came back out of the injury timeout. Yeah, 4th and goal from the 5. Phil Sherry tried to find a Wampus cat in the corner of the end zone.
Tried the old fade route.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting that I understand they want to give these guys some work and not going to the field goal unit, which has had some struggles tonight.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I actually almost thought they might go to that just because they need the work.
So Springdale will take over at the 5.
Ooh.
Kesey stuck it. That is going to be a safety.
Wow.
There was no chance.
I mean, he split the gap, made the play at first contact. There was no movement after he got his arms around him. That is just a great play by Kesey Stuckey.
Kesey,
wow.
And Kesey's one of those players that, you know, I'm not really expecting to still be out there at this point.
No, but I mean, and
he's a starter.
But you know what? He's kind of a leader on that defensive line as well. I mean, he makes so many great plays. That was just a fantastic play behind the line of scrimmage, and guy never had a chance.
Is that Sam Gregg with the flag there? With the mustache?
No, that's not.
That's not Sam Gregg?
No, I don't think so.
Which one has the mustache?
I don't know who
I
that
assume
is.
it's a mustache person. It's probably a baseball player. That's
probably
just where my head went.
It probably is. It probably is. Now, so after the safety, we get the ball back. They have to free kick from the 20, I believe.
We don't see the free kick happen a whole lot.
And they've kind of moved it where they allow the kickers. They've got such big legs anymore that they just kick it from the 20 and just kind of call it good.
So sometimes the free kick, they do it more like a punt, but it looks like he's gonna kick from the tee. So you get the option here.
Yeah, I don't know if it was always that way, if you had to kick it off the ground or punt it, but they let them kick it from the tee, and they just try to get as much out of it. I don't think you see any shenanigans here. They're way deep here.
The ball is placed at the 20. Cortez kicks a line drive, and Moten couldn't quite handle it. Number 80 falls on it. That's Jonathan Smith, a junior.
Right. And I know that had Moten not got in his face, he had that little twinkle probably to say, yeah, that's me, that's my time. but Dylan was right there on him. So let's see who we still got Sherry.
Still see James Neal Jr. at left tackle.
Running back looks pretty good.
I think Nathan Berry has moved to left guard. Des Davidson getting his first carry. No gain, gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it looks like they finally put some of their reserves in. I've not seen the white hat out there that much.
Sherry will pass on second down, got someone wide open. Dalen Moten had him. Just led him a little too far outside, a little too high.
Yeah. That's too bad there. I mean, really had made a good move at his defender and lost him. I mean, he was just lost. And, again, just a little bit more air by Sherry, and that's 6.
3rd and 10. Sherry looking to his left. Trying to get it to Omarion Pace. That ball too high as well. Make it 4th and 10. Ball still at the 49 for your Wampus Cats.
Yeah, I know. So that was overthrown there. The thing about it is, if you're gonna miss on that throw, you want it to be high and outside, because that means that no one can get to it at all. It goes into the boundary instead of, something short, and a good play by the defense makes it go the other way. So that's okay.
So Phil Sherry will step back again for the quick kick. No one back for Springdale.
Wow.
That was a boomer. Conway not going to be able to get down there in time. It will be a touchback. Wow. He hit that a lot higher and harder than he did the last one.
That's the best punt of the night by anybody. I mean, that was solid.
9:10 to play here in the game. Wampus Cats up big, 44-14. There's a 35-point lead coming in to the second half. It's down to just 30. Some new names on defense. Is that Justice Hills or Caleb Hunt?
It's Justice.
That's Justice, okay.
Yeah, I know Justice. Yeah, boy, great to see Justice out there.
Let's see, Colin Goodman in as well at corner. Manuel. Oof.
Yeah, good job there.
Got strung out.
Yeah, that could have been close.
Like that hit, yeah. Oh, that's I know who that is. That's Noah Files.
That's Noah Files. Right at the boundary. Good job, Noah.
Sophomore, son of former
color
guy, Jim Files.
That's right. Hey, listen, he was fast. He's the last guy standing out there. He needs to be able to make that play, and he did. Good job there.
So Noah Files in at one of the safety spots. See Anthony Lowe, a senior, in also at corner. Nothing going right there in the middle. Austin Watkins in.
Yeah, it's a deep snapper.
Playing some linebacker.
Yep. Great push by the defensive line there. Malik Williams. Braxton in there as well. Really good push.
I think we've named all the new faces out there.
Yeah, Collins out there.
Heath Owen warming up on the sideline. We'll probably see him on the next possession. 3rd string quarterback for your Wampus Cats. Shepard kept that one. Fooled a lot of folks. Austin Watkins going to finish that one off.
Yeah, good play by their quarterback there. That was almost a missed exchange because he held it in so long, but really good read.
I said Heath Owen. It's Max Owen. Sorry about that. I think there's another Wampus cat named Heath Owen.
I don't know.
Yeah, number 62. He's a sophomore.
Okay.
See,
so you're doing some things.
Some things are sticking in my brain.
You're telling me that
deep in the recesses.
You're telling me you were mixed up, but you were also right. That's not how that works.
It was like half credit, you know. 1st and 10 for Springdale. I'll give it to Williams. He wrapped up first. I believe that was Ryan Talent.
Yeah, I think it was. Yes, it was. Really good form tackle, good cleanup by Seth. But I mean, he stuck him right at the line of scrimmage. No gain. 2nd and 10. That's the way you do it. Right off the edge.
I love when we're on the road and we get to be in the homestand. Springdale has a great, huge press box. Plenty of space for us on this side. So usually when we're on the road, we're in the stands. But when we get to be on the home side, we get to have such great shots of our sidelines and band and cheerleaders. It's just really enjoy that. Fumble on the play there is the handoff between Shepard and Manuel is mishandled, so going to be a big loss there on 2nd down.
Justice Hills gets his first tackle.
Morena, wide receiver for the Bulldogs, is still on the ground down on the near side near the 35.
Hope that's just a cramp. They've already had one cramp the drive previously.
There is a certain baritone sax player in the band that I've been asked to keep some eyes on, but I don't know if we've seen the Barry sax yet. That may be him actually over on the right. I may have seen him, but
who is it?
It's man, I'm blanking on his. It's Ethan Elrod.
Oh.
It's Amy Elrod's son.
Oh yeah.
All these names I'm trying to remember.
It's tough.
It's tough to remember some other ones, but it's Ethan. I was asked to keep eyes on him. I think we may have seen him in the shot there.
Excellent.
So he is being reasonably good, it appears. I don't know. Back to play. Seth Fortune slowing down Davis there.
Yeah, good size gain. They got him to 4th and manageable. I'm guessing that they would go here. Well, let's see. Yeah, bringing in Davion Sparks.
Well, Cortez is their punter. He is on the field, but
they just don't have the look and feel of a punt here.
Doesn't seem like they're gonna do that.
Yeah, 5 minutes to go. Might as well.
Justice Hill still in.
Yeah.
At defensive end on the nearest defensive end on our side.
Is that Watkins out there on the very far side end? It is.
It is. Yep. I guess he's. Well, we're going to get a timeout here from Springdale.
Maybe they're going to think about it a little bit.
All right, we will take it with them. 4:50 to play here in the game. Back in 30 after this break on Conway Corp.
When you're missing Nana's famous dressing, we'll help you make it. When you unwrap years of homemade ornaments, we'll put them in the spotlight. And when it's time to count down that glittery ball, we'll be celebrating too. The holidays are full of powerful moments. We're so glad to share them with you. Conway Corp. Always on.
Live tonight in Northwest Arkansas. Wampus Cats up big, up by 30, 44-14 on Springdale. Just 4:50 to play, and we come back here. It's 4th and 6 for the Bulldogs, so you got to expect that they wouldn't punt after a timeout, but it sure seems like they are going to. I say that, maybe they're practicing some of their secret plays.
He's going to run around with it for a little bit, I guarantee you. Here we go. But we came up really good there.
Yeah, Grayson Allen keeping really good containment, and the ball going to go out of bounds around the 32. So, believe that we will see Max Owen. If I'm correct, he was warming up on the sidelines.
That's him, number 6.
Yeah, he's your third string quarterback for the Wampus Cats.
He does play for the baseball team as well.
It's a sophomore.
Good tall kid. Good chance to see him play. Glad he's gonna get a chance out here.
68 out on the field. That is Landon Berry. It's a sophomore. I think he's in one of the guard spots. So Owen gets it out to Jaden Hughes in the flats. Be for a loss of 1 or 2, but quick pass out to Jaden.
Yeah, a good safe throw there. Good to get that out of your system, and now you can start looking a little bit more downfield. That's Springdale Bulldog a little slow to get up.
Going to bring up 2nd and 12. Jonathan Smith, a junior, in at receiver on the near side slot. I think that might be Andrew McCray out on the far side.
I think it is too. Yeah, I was just looking at that.
Give it to Caden Henderson. Caden finds a little seam in the middle. He's going to pick up 4 or 5.
Good run there. Had everything, a little bit of everything.
That is indeed Andrew McCray out on the far side.
He's a big guy.
Big, tall target, senior receiver. And another Bulldog down. This time it is Michael Dickerson, junior. We're going to come out and take a look at him. We'll go ahead and take a break as they take a injury timeout here. Back with more after this break on Conway Corp.
Conway Regional has been the community's hospital for 100 years, providing high-quality, compassionate care. As our community continues to grow, we're growing alongside you to ensure all your healthcare needs are met right here in Conway. When your family needs emergency care, you can trust our board-certified providers to provide you with the comprehensive care you deserve when you need it most. When you're facing an emergency, trust the care you'll find down the hallway, not down the highway. At Conway Regional, we're not just growing, we're growing together.
When you're missing Nana's famous dressing, we'll help you make it. When you unwrap years of homemade ornaments, we'll put them in the spotlight. And when it's time to count down that glittery ball, we'll be celebrating too. The holidays are full of powerful moments. We're so glad to share them with you. Conway Corp, always on.
3rd and 6 as we come back. 3:25 to play in the game. Heath Owen swings it out to Caden Henderson. Caden unable to control that. Springdale saying it's a lateral pass.
It was a forward pass. Yeah.
The official saying it's incomplete pass.
Yeah,
we'll take a look at it here. Definitely forward.
Yeah. He actually, Max did a great job of just getting his hands on the ball and turning and firing. So,
did I call him Heath Owen again?
I don't know.
I think I may have.
It's Max.
It's Max. It's Max Owen. There is a Heath Owen. I gotta assume that they're probably related. Is Max known for quick kicking?
I don't know, but he maybe.
High snap. Whew, he got that off just in time, and that's going to be a flag for roughing the kicker.
Bless him, man. He got that off. Wow. My goodness.
He had to get that off as fast as possible with the high snap. So, but turns out to be a fortunate event for your Wampus Cats.
I'm just glad that he's okay. I mean, that's he's he's kind of checking things out right now. Bless him. He took a hit, man.
He's like, are you all right?
Are you going to be okay,
Is this
my
okay?
man?
What are we doing here?
Yeah, no, Max is a tough kid. He looks like he's ready to go.
He's like, send Dez in.
Yes, give the ball to Dez.
2:08 and ticking down here in the final minutes. Owen takes the snap. They'll swing it out to Dez Davidson. Dez plants his foot, heads upfield. Some flags coming in.
Yes, that is the flag of holding on my friend there, Jack Shriver. Held on and again, one of those that he'll get used to this at this pace of play, but held on to it just a little too long.
Well, that'll back things up.
That changes things a bit. That escalated quickly.
Under 90 seconds to play. 1st and 20. Owen looking deep over the middle. Had Jaden Hughes.
No, that's
overthrew him.
That's
no. Yeah, that's 80, not 10. That's Jonathan Smith.
Yeah. You know what? I mean, it looked like a high, tight fastball there.
And Blake Kortsmeyer, sophomore in at receiver.
On this side.
On the near side.
And again, I watched him in early in pregame. Made some great routes, made some great catches in pregame.
2nd and 20. They'll give it to Dez. Dez, right up the middle. Dez Davidson, Junior, showing the speed. My man, Dez.
Diesel.
Dez he didn't have to diesel there. It was more like a Tesla.
Oh, wow, man, that was some. Listen, what a gear! He got past the safety, and it was all over, man. There was nobody catching. What a great run, man! That's good to watch at this point in the game, man.
My heart is so happy.
Now you can drive home a happy man.
I've been the biggest Dez Davidson fan for over a year now.
That was fast.
I mean, listen. I know we haven't got to see him and Caden really at all until this week, and they're gonna not get. they didn't wait long enough to snap it when that extra lineman got in there. But listen, these two guys, they're the future.
Yeah, no, and I'm in really good hands. I mean, Boogie is a fantastic back, and we've been blessed with some really good running backs here at Conway, and the tradition continues, and it's going to be in good hands next year as well. And I will tell you that I think that from what you've seen from Henderson and Davidson, you're going to see them in regular varsity games. A lot of talent in the backfield.
And back it up. No problem for Adrian Mejia. That makes it 51-14, 42 seconds to play. 30 seconds, and we'll come back and finish this thing up here on Conway Corp.
Conway Regional has been the community's hospital for 100 years, providing high-quality, compassionate care. As our community continues to grow, we're growing alongside you to ensure all your healthcare needs are met right here in Conway. When your family needs emergency care, you can trust our board-certified providers to provide you with the comprehensive care you deserve when you need it most. When you're facing an emergency, trust the care you'll find down the hallway, not down the highway. At Conway Regional, we're not just growing, we're growing together.
Conway extends the lead 51-14 after a 60-yard run from junior Dez Davidson.
And about 40 of it was in the dead clear. I mean, he was beyond everybody and pulling away. I mean, I knew he was strong in the middle, and he made the right move there right off of the guard. Planted his foot and went straight ahead, but when he did, dude, he got past everybody quickly.
It's deceptive because he's our biggest back that we have, so you think, oh, this is going to be the bruiser, but no, he finds a lane. You're going to have a hard time catching up to him.
Wow, that was very impressive.
We got to talk to his family after the scrimmage against Morrilton a few weeks ago.
Good family, man.
They're excited for him. He's been playing a lot on special teams, and I mean, anywhere else, if you didn't have all the backs that Conway has right now, he'd be probably first or second on the list. But Conway just
got some fresh faces in. I think I see Sam Seifert is out there. That's awesome.
Is that John Paul Saxton, number 52?
It is. Oh, they're not going to run a play.
Oh, wow.
These guys are like, come on, run a play.
Come on.
Give me a play.
We want a chance.
That's too bad.
Well,
we'll see him again.
Not their fault they didn't get to run a play.
Yeah, I was hoping the clock wouldn't start.
Conway band traveling well tonight. It was a big victory for your Wampus Cats. 51-14 will be the final here in Northwest Arkansas. Wampus Cats move to 2-0 on the year. They will get ready to come back home to face Wichita Parish out of Louisiana at home in Conway next week.
Yeah, I've watched a little bit of film on them already, and they play in a tough conference. They're big, they're fast. They've got some folks that are actually really huge, but really fast in the backfield and in the receiving game. So it's going to be a tough task.
Get a look at the final stats here tonight. Of course, Scott Stats Taylor running all that back home for us. And it was a big night for Conway. Forced 2 turnovers. First turnover for this defense returned by fumble recovery by Jonah Cecil, returned for a touchdown. And then there was a fumble recovery on the kickoff team as well. Boogie Carr finished tonight 12 carries for 79 yards. Des Davidson 2 for 60. Had 60 all on that one carry for a touchdown. And looking at receiving, man, you had three Wampus Cats with 3 catches each. Chris O'Neill 3 for 117 in a score. Rome Fields 3 for 51 in a score. Clay Fisher had 3 for 48. Jackson Anderson 2 catches tonight for 47 yards and a touchdown. Lala Smith 1 for 22 and a touchdown. Dalen Moten and Omarion Pace each with a catch as well tonight. Donovan Omalo near perfect. 12 for 14 for 285 and 4 touchdowns.
Big night, and it did. If we finally got to where I thought we would be, which is hopefully with a running clock some point in the second half, and we started off the second half with that because of the big bomb right before the first half. But really, we wanted to get in here and get some things cleaned up. I think we did, and just time to gear up and get ready to go again. And again, prayers up for Jalen Chambers. And hopefully everything will come out okay there.
Yeah, I just want to give one last reminder on that update, the last update you heard.
That he was doing well. They were doing some precautionary tests, but he was feeling good. And family, coaches from the junior high were there with him. So all things considered, he was feeling okay.
So Jalen injured in the first quarter, first drive for your Wampus Cats. So it seems like things are going in a good direction there.
Hope so.
My thanks tonight to Keith Kelly, Dewey Farmer, Jenna Kelly, Alex Douglas, Brady Myers, Kara Kirby back home, Justin King on social media, Scott Stats Taylor rocking it back home as well, Wayne Bailey, Ashton Brown, Javon Massey, and of course our executive producer Jeff Matthews. All the work he does makes our jobs really easy. He's Tim, I'm Levi, and we will see you again next week back home at John McConnell Stadium taking on Ouachita Parish out of Louisiana. Thanks for watching.